Yeah. YouTube. Jimmy Gang. What's the word, my boys? We back with another stream. Yeah. Listen, man. Let's start off with some music, man. We get into the little Marlo story first, bro. First thing we getting into in this live is the Lil Marlo story, bro. I hope everybody feeling good today, man. A little video dropped on Lil Marlo, and I do want to tap in. So let's get this intro song out the way, and we jumping right in. Let's go.
Hello?
Hey,
I can't hear you. What you say?
what's up?
No, I'm just recording right now. I'm gonna call you right back.
Okay,
They put the racks on the cat up in Cali. If she bring it back, I ain't doing the dash. You put up a hassle just trying to be mad at me. I could survive, it's just part of the plan. You know I'm ballin' like I'm at the mad at me in front of the haters, in front of the fans. She giving me brain like my place in the academy. If you need a tape, then I needed a van. I've been in the trap, but the bugs they be calling. Man, I coulda lied, I might do it again. Wait, you remember them niggas that died? I'm looking right through him and Cartier land. No round of applause, a nigga get clapped. I'm thinking of ways to get to the bag. If I'm in a race, I ain't coming last. If he in my way, then he getting past. And she a little hoe, she fuck for the bag. Crow on the road, he on your ass. Wrist looking like glass. More than a brick, more than a shot. Breaking the piece and I'm crushing the past. Used to wear the same beat every day in the trap. Used to serve the same beat every day for a bag. On the north of the J when we keeping them straps. Here it go, I wanna blow, I wanna know what I'm meant to do. He took a L, that's how it go. We gonna win, ain't tryna lose. I'm in the field, I got nothing to prove. Say he a shooter, ain't nothing even shoot. You super cap, you ain't telling the truth. 2 to 3 in FM, make a nigga go poof. Here it go, I wanna blow, I wanna know what I'm meant to do. He took a L, that's how it go. We gonna win, ain't tryna lose. I'm in the field, I got nothing to prove. Say he a shooter, ain't nothing even shoot. You super cap, you ain't telling the truth. 2 to 3 in FM, make a nigga go poof.
She wanna go, she wanna take it all over the globe. I got them shooters moving like it's Call of Duty, cause they going crazy with the scopes. I'm on the road, anybody fucking with me, you know they getting Peter roll. Niggas didn't see me and Houdini, popping up on the bitches on the low. Cause that was my brody, you niggas dissing out the Crota, you know that I'm clutching the foe. 60-7, my bitch off the 40, I'm 5-on-1 denim, you know that I got it. I'm not a banker to none of my ops, but I promise them niggas gon' owe me deposits. He go to trippin' and chill, check him. Say he ain't loaded, but still check him. Houdini, my brother, my real brethren. I know he watching and stunning from heaven. All of my watches, they bustin' to heaven. Ain't nobody finna run up, I'm steppin'. Bitch, I'm in charge, 107K large. You know I gave 10 to the reverend. All of the shootings and robberies we do inside of my hood, my niggas need repentance. Can't buy no Cuban, bust down with no penance. They wanna give me 22 the sentence. Ay. I told them crackers holler back when they be sober. I smoke so much dope that I still feel like I'm sober. Ballin' in these bitches, oh, like a gopher. Bitch, big ropes with the chauffeur.
Here it go, I wanna blow, I wanna know what I'm meant to do. He took a L, that's how it go. We gonna win, ain't tryna lose. I'm in the field, I got nothing to prove. Say he a shooter, ain't nothing even shoot. You super cap, you ain't telling the truth. 2 to 3 in FM, make a nigga go poof. Here it go, I wanna blow, I wanna know what I'm meant to do. He took a L, that's how it go. We gonna win, ain't tryna lose. I'm in the field, I got nothing to prove. Say he a shooter, ain't nothing even shoot. You super cap, you ain't telling the truth. 2 to 3 in FM, make a nigga go poof.
Okay, man. Alright, bros, listen. Beyond Lil Marlo, the brutal murderer, Lil Baby best friend, bro. This is the first thing we getting into, bro. I know we starting to stream heavy, but that's what we starting with. Let's go. Lil Marlo, the brutal murder of Lil Baby's best friend, Atlanta gang wars.
Homicide numbers in the city of Atlanta are the highest they've been in 30 years. According to APD's Week 52 crime report, the department investigated at least 156 homicides.
It was a violent night in Atlanta. 4 people were shot at 2 separate locations hours apart from each other, leaving 1 person dead.
Breaking news, another busy overnight for Metro Atlanta police. We're tracking at least 5 shootings, 4 of them turning deadly.
One person is dead and many more are recovering from their injuries after yet another violent weekend in Atlanta.
71,000, the number of confirmed gang affiliates across Georgia, according to the Attorney General's office. Some of them now in suburban Atlanta.
Georgia lawmakers say that gangs are growing and the problem is at a crisis.
And you see son got the Draco out?
So much that Governor Kemp addressed it at the top of his speech.
Dangerous street gangs are flooding our communities with drugs, weapons, violence, and fear.
Are going to find you, we are going to convince you, and we're going to send you to the prison for the rest of your days.
Gangs, here's the message: get out. That is directly coming from Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis.
People move down here, go straight to Buckhead, and swear like they taking over Atlanta. Like, hell no, bro, you ain't coming in the heart of Atlanta, then you ain't coming to Atlanta. You feel me? Bankhead, like Simpson, the Bluff, Zone 6, Glenwood, Oakland City. You ain't going nowhere. So yeah, we got the whole city playing for keep. The whole city playing for keep. Yeah, this playing for keep city.
This little Marlo right here, bro.
I mean, talk about your relationship with Baby, and y'all
brother.
putting it down for the city, man.
Yeah, that's my little brother.
Yeah.
Like, loving to death.
Yeah.
That who was just on the phone with me. I mean, you know, 2 peas in the pot.
Well, him and Lil Baby were real close, right?
Hell yeah, for sure.
Him and Lil Baby came as a package deal. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all already see what Lil Baby doing. Y'all see what he doing. This young nigga the future, I believe in him, and we just grinding, man.
He said, this young nigga the future, we believe in him, he grinding. He died a couple months later.
Hold it down for the fold, in the line with the wolves. Marlo, my dog, that's for sure.
Marlo, my dog, that's for sure.
Rudolph Johnson Jr., a.k.a. Lil Marlo, or Young Rude, was born on May 1st, 1990, in Atlanta, Georgia. He came up in the Bankhead neighborhood of Atlanta, the Bowen Home Projects, known for being one of the most drug-infested and violent projects in the city. Growing up, Lil Marlo faced the same exact thing that a large number of young black kids across America and inner cities face every day: poverty and a lack of options. Mix that in with the uncertainty of not knowing where his next meal was coming from, and Marlo felt like he only had one way out in order to make money, and that was to hit the streets. As a kid coming up in Bowen Homes, he watched Atlanta legend Shorty Low hold down the projects. He had the money, the women, the flyest cars. He was the epitome of a hood celebrity. Seeing that inspired Marlo.
Oh, so he from Shorty Low Projects. Okay, Bowen Homes.
He wanted the same, and when he decided to hit the streets, he was 10 toes down in the trenches. He set out to duplicate the success of his idol Shorty Low and began his rise in the streets.
Yeah, he got it tatted, nigga. Shorty Low from the Jacks for real.
Marlo told a story about dealing with hard times as a kid in the projects, and he prayed to God that he would be the chosen one, the one to get his family out of poverty, get to the money, rise to the top of the drug game, and become a West Side legend.
I take a whole side of town. So, you know, when I step over there, I'm God. When I pray, I used to be like, God, let me be the one that everybody call on, you feel me? Let me be the one to help people.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy to help people.
Yeah.
Just off the love.
What you heard, God blessing all the trap.
I mean, don't we all want to be that, bro? I ain't gonna lie. Shit, I want to be that too. I want to be the one to take my family out of poverty.
God blessing all the trap. When you wake up.
Marlo jumped off the porch at an early age, and even as a youngin', his name was ringing bells. Bowen Homes was an extremely dangerous place, but for Marlo, it was all love. But change was on the horizon. The place that he called home would be demolished in 2009 after a string of murders. Marlo would pack up and head straight to the 9th Ward, Adamsville, another area known for being extremely violent, and shootings are a normal occurrence. A few different gangs had a stronghold on the area.
Nigga, 21 Savage not from Zone 9, he from Zone 6 where Gucci from.
In particular, GF, or Goodfellas Mob, and 21 Slaughter Gang. It's said that they're affiliated with the SMN Blood set. It was also the place that well-known Atlanta street figure No Plug called home. They can all be seen hanging.
We We know who No Plug is, bro. No Plug is the nigga that killed my son, ball like a hot boy, nigga, young juvie. Like, yeah, bro, he definitely, we know No Plug. He with the shits. No Plug is with the shits. We know that. That's one thing we know. He took out I forgot my son's name, but I know his music.
And on the block in the 9th Ward with the young 21 Savage before the fame, Little Marlo was down with the Goodfellas mob, who was known for having older members in their crew. Under their guidance, he would continue to sharpen his skills for the streets. But eventually, Little Marlo and a few other younger members decided to start their own subset called PFK, Play for Keeps, also known as 3L, 3 letters, or Perp Gang. They modeled themselves after the Goodfellas mob with a mafia-style ranking system that had soldiers as well as capos, and Marlo was the top boss, the Don. His name, Young Rude, started to ring out in the streets of Atlanta. He finally reached his dream of being able to provide for his family financially and his hood on the west side, the same way he used to watch Shorty Low run the Bowen homes when he was a kid. Now he was in charge and became the 9th Ward God. The name Little Marlo came from how he moved. A lot of the older street hustlers that he hung around with said that he reminded them of a legendary hustler from their projects who was affiliated with Shorty Low, and he also went by the name of Marlo.
Just an OG from my hood. Like, they say I move like, so like the street just started calling me Marlo. Just really paying homage to him. I got his name.
Y'all remember Marlo from The Wire? Who remember Marlo from The Wire?
Taking the name on, you feel me?
The more Little Marlo's clout rose in the city, the more connections he began to make. He used to only deal with people directly from his hoods on the west side, but getting to the street money opened up his social circle, and eventually he would connect with a fellow young hustler who came from a different hood, Dominique Jones, aka Little Baby, representing Oakland City, 4PF, or 4 Pockets Full. They're known to be locked in with the rolling 60s Crips out of Los Angeles, and they're also known for getting a lot of money around Atlanta. As soon as Marlo met Little Baby,
they say Brick Baby got a lot to do with that. They say Brick Baby, you know, Brick Baby rolling 60s from No Jumper, you know what I'm saying, from Atlanta, from LA, No Jumper, he on No Jumper, he from LA. They say when he moved down to Atlanta, he moved down there with a bunch of lokes, and they ended up turning these niggas Crip. I don't know how true that is though. But I know he got connection to Pee Wee Longway, Duke, and all of them though.
They instantly formed a bond, and over the years, they would become brothers. Whenever you seen Baby, you would see Marlo, and vice versa. Driving exotic cars through the hood while being flush with cash, neighborhood superstars, and a known dynamic duo in the city.
But how long did they know each other though? Like how long ago? We gotta figure out how long these niggas' relationship go back, because that's gonna be important towards the end of the story.
The respect Marlo garnered in the streets over the years also put him in contact with another well-known figure in the city, Rashard Hosley, aka Big Bank, the CEO of Duct Tape Entertainment, an East Atlanta legend and the creator of Zone 6 Day. He knew how he was getting down in the streets and how he was getting to the money, but he also knew that it was a legal way for Marlo to get the bag without being in the game taking penitentiary chances. The more they would kick it, the more Big Bank would tell Marlo that he needs to think about becoming a rapper. He would quickly dismiss the idea due to the fact that he had no desire to become a rapper and he never spit a verse in his entire life. Big Bank told Marlo that he was a star. He could tell by the way that he carried himself, and he was already living the life that most rappers could only dream about. As time went on, Marlo would continue to get deeper in the streets, while Big Bank would continue to try to convince him to leave the streets and go legit. But Marlo wasn't trying to hear it. The streets had become a part of his DNA. He had grown an addiction to the lifestyle, an addiction to the money.
And besides, he wasn't no rapper. Nigga tried to convince him to be a rapper, but he not no rapper.
What was the hardest thing to let go from the streets?
The munyon was the hardest thing to let go of.
The money.
The money.
We were just having a conversation, and he like, bro, I'm telling you, you're a star, man. You alright, you know what I mean? The cars I drive, the clothes I wear, and the money I carry and all that shit.
Big Bank came up with a plan in order to get Marlo to see that he could have a future as a rapper. He called him and told him that he had some business to handle in East Atlanta and he wanted Marlo to roll with him. But as they were driving, he noticed that they were pulling up to a studio. He didn't think much of it because he knew Big Bank was into the music world, being the CEO of Duct Tape Entertainment. Once they got inside, Bank told
So Big Bank is really the nigga behind Marlo. Big Bank is really how Marlo's name really sparked.
Marlo to pick a beat. He didn't understand why he was asking him, but chose the best one that he heard. And that's when Bank told him, all right, now go into the booth and lay down a verse over this track. Marlo resisted. He kept telling Bank that he didn't want to rap, but eventually everyone in the studio convinced him. After listening to the playback of his first verse, he was impressed. He sounded a lot better than he
That's how it always go with niggas, bro. They be like, I don't want to rap. Till you get in the booth, lay a verse, you be like, damn, I sound good.
thought he would. He was so excited he called up Lil Baby and told him that he had just made his first song. Lil Baby was surprised by this because him and Marlo never talked about becoming rappers. But hearing what his friend had created motivated him, and that's when he devoted himself to making music.
Wait, so Lil Marlo start rapping before Lil Baby? Is this true, bro? Don't be telling me no bullshit.
Was surprised by this because him and Marlo never talked about becoming rappers. But hearing what his friend had created motivated him, and that's when he devoted himself to making music and never looked back. Being a mainstay at the Quality Control studio as early as 2015 due to his street ties in Atlanta, QC's co-founder Kevin Lee, aka Coach K, had already been trying to get Lil Baby to become a rapper, telling him that he had the look and the style. He was a star already, he just had to put it into music. Just like Big Bank had been trying to tell Marlo, the only difference is, Lil Baby started to hit the studio religiously, learning and working on his craft under established Atlanta artists like Young Thug and Gunna. After laying his first verse in early 2016, an entire year would go by before Marlo would even think about rapping again. The streets were being very good to him. He seen no need to switch it up.
Man, he was really getting street money, though. That's one thing, man. These Atlanta niggas, bro, these Atlanta niggas don't be just moving work for no purpose. These Atlanta niggas be getting rich when they sell drugs. I ain't gonna lie.
This gang PFK had motion in the city, but things were starting to change around this time as well. Marlo's home turf of the 9th Ward was being overran by law enforcement due to the heavy drug trafficking and numerous murders. PFK, 21 Slaughter Gang, and Goodfellas mob had a stronghold on the Allen Temple housing projects in the 9.
You heard what he just said? Slaughter Gang, look.
As well, Marlo's home turf of the 9th Ward was being overran by law enforcement due to the heavy drug trafficking and numerous murders. PFK, 21 Slaughter Gang, and Goodfellas mob had a
PFK, 21 Slaughter Gang. Bro, they was running that side of town.
Stronghold on the Allen Temple housing projects in the 9, but it was getting too hot. In early 2017, rapper Saw Baby released a music video for his song Pull Up With a Stick. It was filmed in the heart of the 9th Ward and would go viral due to the large number of young teenagers holding assault rifles in the video. It got the attention of federal law enforcement and would ultimately contribute to the fall of the 9th Ward, as well as countless other housing projects around Atlanta, forcing gang members to migrate throughout the city, creating new alliances and new enemies. Marlo witnessed how his brother Lil Baby was starting to get traction in the music world, ultimately signing a deal with Quality Control. Due to his ties with Lil Baby, Marlo began to spend a lot of time.
Man, what happened with Big Bank? Big Bank was the one that got the nigga in the studio. You see how Big Bank just get cut out the story? Now Marlo with QC. Big Bank not even in the picture no more. He the reason why he rap.
Around QC as well, even though he still wasn't serious about music. He had potential and would lay a verse here or there, but he was still 1 foot in music and 1 foot in the streets. Until one day at the studio, he happened to have a conversation with Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, one of the biggest rap stars to ever come out of Atlanta. He seen the potential that Marlo had musically, but he was also well aware of his reputation in the streets and knew that if he continued, it probably wouldn't end well.
Look at this, man. Marlo passed away, Young Thug in jail, Gunna out here prevailing.
Baby, he most stayed in the studio, practice, then put some out. I might be gone, doing whatever I'm doing. And Young Thug, like, he my man too, you feel me? Like, Thug will sit down and talk to you like he the preacher. No Slam just telling me like one day, hey man, this Marlo, it's a sacrifice. It's either you want to do that or you want to do that. God ain't gonna let you do both of them.
Marlo knew that.
Damn, my nigga Young Thug should have been taking his own advice, bro. Nigga, look where Young Thug's sitting locked up because he didn't take that same advice.
Young Thug had a point, and besides that, his reputation started to precede him in the streets. He was being connected to incidents that he may have had nothing to do with, such as the March 4th, 2016 death of rising Atlanta rapper Bankroll Fresh.
That's who it is, Bankroll Fresh, my guy. Born like a hot boy, nigga Young Weezy. I rock with Bankroll Fresh. R.I.P.
The incident occurred at Street Exec Studios in Atlanta. It started off as a fight between former friends Bankroll Fresh and No Plug, who was known to run.
I was just telling y'all about that. That nigga No Plug is a dog, bro. That nigga No Plug, he about that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he put Bankroll Fresh down, bro. Long live Bankroll Fresh, though.
Heavy with Marlo and PFK. They were once very close, but issues over a woman drove a wedge between Bankroll and No Plug. It resulted in them getting into a fight that night at the studio, and a standoff occurred outside. Bankroll Fresh could be seen on camera holding an assault rifle, and he fired a shot at the vehicle No Plug was in. Multiple rounds would be fired at Bankroll Fresh and his crew, with one of those rounds hitting him in the hip, ultimately causing his death. Even though law enforcement deemed it as self-defense and a justifiable homicide, it said that it still caused tension in the streets of Atlanta. It was initially a...
Bruh, he pulled Blick, start blicking at No Plug. No Plug pull a fire, start blicking back, end up taking a nigga life, bro. You know, even though it's a justified homicide because it's Atlanta, you know the niggas in the streets is like, we gotta get back. We gotta slide for our nigga, you feel me?
Assumed that No Plug was the one responsible, especially after his viral DJ Vlad interview. But rumors began to spread that Little Marlo was the one behind Bankroll Fresh's death, especially after a video surfaced to 21 Savage, No Plug, and Little Marlo in the club, and 21 told No Plug to announce that he was the one who killed Bankroll Fresh, and all three of them started to laugh. Plug to announce Savage behind Bankroll Fresh's death.
Bro, where this information came from? Niggas saying Lil Marlo was behind the death.
He assumed that No Plug was the one responsible, especially after his viral DJ Vlad interview. But rumors began to spread that Little Marlo was the one behind Bankroll Fresh's death, especially...
I never heard that rumor before, bro. This is new to me.
After a video surfaced to 21 Savage, No Plug, and Little Marlo in the club, and 21 told No Plug to announce that he was the one who killed Bankroll Fresh, and all three of them started to laugh hysterically. Others say that this is completely false, and that it was a different man who was also from the 9th Ward that fired the fatal shots. He goes by the name of Little Blue, a known shooter from the 9th Ward neighborhood and a member of the Rude Unit gang. Lil Marlo was also accused of robbing well-known Atlanta plug Hood Rich Pablo on multiple occasions. They were cool at a certain time, but tension in the streets would change things, and ultimately Marlo would take aim at his former associate. But he had a path to make it out of the streets with music, and Lil Baby would make the path even more clear after he convinced Pierre P. Thomas and Coach K to sign Lil Marlo to QC. The duo hit the studio, and in late 2017, they released their joint album To The Hard Way. Lil Marlo would follow that up with his solo debut on QC called The Wire. He finally started to take his craft and his career as a rapper seriously, and he became dedicated to growing his fan base, starting in his home city of Atlanta and beyond.
Man, I'm in my venue Friday, man. Showing up, showing out, man. You know, we playing for keeps around this bitch, you dig? Come on, Zay, that's it. Hey, man, Saturday, April the 8th.
Sunday, bro. Let's go.
Nigga, it's Saturday, nigga, Sunday, bro. Look at nigga, you ain't know that.
Hey, man, Saturday, April the 8th.
Sunday, bro. Let's go.
Sunday, April the 8th, I'm going crazy in the Blue Room. I'm taking over the whole east side. I need all my real niggas In my bag, come support the kid. You did knife will guard out right now. Go get shot in the real. Damn, what the that nigga man. Come on, man. We going to motherfucking Diamond tonight. I mean, next Thursday, we going to fuck crazy. Yo ass act like y'all not do no motherfucking what call drop. Do the motherfucking drop right. Come on, bro.
Marlo would become even more motivated watching his homie Lil Baby go on a historic run in rap, dropping hit after hit, with songs such as All of a Sudden featuring Moneybagg Yo, the classic Lil Baby freestyle, Southside and Yes Indeed featuring Drake. It was obvious that Lil Baby was becoming one of the biggest stars in rap, and Lil Marlo was right by his side. They could be seen in multiple music videos wearing chains representing each other's cliques, with Lil Baby wearing Play for Keeps, and Lil Marlo representing Four Pockets Full. But he was creating his own path as well. He hit the studio and in 2000.
Yeah, you see Future. Yo, he there with Future. I ain't gonna lie, he was lit, bro. He in the cut, he with Future and all that. Okay, myself. You know Future the GOAT of rap. The GOAT of Atlanta rap, that's for sure.
2018 would release 2 mixtapes, Ninth Ward God paying homage to his hood, and the mixtape The Real One, which had the streets buzzing. He was connected to one of the hottest artists in the world, and he was on one of the top labels in the rap game. There was no way that Lil Marlo could lose. He went from doing local shows in Atlanta to rocking stages all over the country. Marlo's path to success was clear, as well as a way to make legal money in order to provide for his family. But he forgot the advice that Young Thug gave to him earlier in his career, that you can't have one foot in the streets and one foot in the music business. Unfortunately,
same advice that Young Thug should have gave himself, or at least tried to heed, bro, because now look where my son Thugger at, bro. Free Thug.
Marlo would continue to be stifled by his addiction to the streets. He also had to deal with the death of his idol and street mentor, Shorty Low.
Talk about Shawty Low though, man. Being from Born Homes with it.
My hood cried a river.
Exactly.
I mean, my hood still crying about that.
What does Shawty Low mean to you? I know you're from Bowen Homes.
Big dog. I wish he was still here to see me doing it. I'll tell that shit right here. Like, R.I.P. Shawty Low. I got that shit on. Streets all I know. I've been in the streets all my life. I ain't never thought to myself that I'm gonna get the streets up. Streets like crack to me, you feel me? Like, just imagine a crackhead trying to get out of crack instantly. He ain't gonna never do that, you feel me?
And you made your name in the streets here on the west side of Atlanta,
yeah.
Before you ever started rapping.
For sure.
What's the transition been like for you going from the streets to rap?
Long nights. Long nights. Did you ever think your little brother was gonna be a superstar? Star. I did. I woke up like this. I do what it was. Yeah.
Marlo was getting money in the streets of Atlanta for a long time, but his bag was even bigger now that he was down with QC and affiliated with Lil Baby. It's said that Marlo was using his elevated finances as a way to empower his gang, PFK. When they first started around 2015, they were one of the more well-respected and well-liked gangs around the city. But by 2020, they had a reputation of being cutthroat, shiesty, and extremely violent. Marlo described himself as the mob boss of PFK. He knew that a lot of enemies came with.
Why would you say that? Why would you describe yourself as a mob boss? Like, nigga, do you want a Rico?
And the top dog, but he also knew that his reputation rang out in the streets as well, and his opposition would definitely think twice before stepping. But even when Marlo was trying to conduct legit business, he still had to stay on point no matter what, always on the lookout for ops.
He got the metal detector in his hand.
If I was doing anything else, I'm gonna go hard at. Like, if I had to goddamn pick up trash every day, I'm trying to be the best at picking up trash, you feel me? Where my fire, baby? Go over there. Let that nigga walk up on me. Sometimes I might be in that mood, sometimes I might be in that mood. I was just telling him, like, I hate being in my little NBA YoungBoy mood. You make you want to kill people.
It's said that Marlo started moving like a bully in the streets, running off on suppliers, taking people's work, and putting bags on people's heads for the smallest reasons. They turned up the heat and started warring all over the city, even falling out with cliques that they once had alliances with, such as 21 Slaughter Gang and GF Goodfellas Mob, who Marlo was with in the 9th Ward back in the day, but petty beef and street politics would get in the way, causing tension between the crews. PFK street politics would get in the way, causing tension
you know she a slut. You know she is.
between the crews. PFK did have a few allies, such as Henchman 5L, with their most prominent member being Atlanta rapper Ola Runt. They're known for having an ongoing and violent beef with Homicide DTE. It's well documented that they have close ties and affiliations to rap superstar Playboy Carti. Both of the gangs are said to be blood sets, but that hasn't stopped the ongoing rivalry between the two. Play for Keeps was also clicked up with YFN, with their most prominent member being YFN Lucci. They have a close affiliation with the Rolling 60s Crips out of Los Angeles, and they're known for beefing with Young Thug and YSL. Despite the fact that Young Thug was one of Marlo's musical mentors earlier in his career, the gang ties in the city of Atlanta could become a tangled web, but one thing was clear.
Yeah, that sound hella messy. Like, bro, just from what he said, that's hella confusing. So he cool with him, but beefing with him, but cool with him. It's tangled.
For the most part, it was PFK versus the city, but Marlo could care less about having a target on his back. At this point, he felt invincible, like he was immune to death.
Did he say that, or you just making that up? Like, what made you think he was immune to death? He said that?
Accept the rapper side a little bit more, so you can accept more blessings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you too, though. But man, I ain't be like in the street. Well, I'm saying, street like I'm like Pookie to the street, like crack to me, guy.
But you know, you can't now that you like. You know, you on a different way, you on a different stage. You can't react the same way.
I be trying to tell them, but that shit be hard, man. Like.
July 11th of 2020 would start off as another great day for Marlo, enjoying his success in the streets and in the music business. He would hit the studio that morning with two fellow QC artists, Bankroll Freddie and Lil Yachty. After that, he attended a party celebrating his hood on the west side called Bankhead Day. He would leave out at around 11 p.m. But 30 minutes later, Atlanta police would receive a call about a single vehicle accident on the highway, just west of the Benjamin E. Mays drive overpass. When the police arrived on scene, they would find little Marlo shot to death, and it's been said that over 100 bullets hit his vehicle.
You know it had to be more than one hitter. It had to be more than one hitter. 100 bullets? Now listen, pulled up with the monkey nuts.
What the?
That's what that is?
Ooh, God.
Police say someone shot and killed a man in a single vehicle wreck on the interstate. It happened on I-285 near the Benjamin E. Mays drive overpass, and it was around 11:30 Saturday night. Investigators believe the victim, Rudolph Johnson, was the intended target of that gunfire. Well, they're also working to determine the circumstances surrounding that shooting. There are several reports this afternoon that the victim was a well-known Atlanta rapper, Lil Marlo.
Lil Marlo's death had the streets of Atlanta in a frenzy, with everybody wondering who could have carried out the brazen hit. By this point, Lil Marlo and PFK had enemies all over the city, so there really wasn't no telling who could have killed the West Side legend. But that didn't stop people from having their opinions and theories of what they thought may have happened to him. One man who had a theory about Marlo's death was George Cheedy, a well-respected and well-known journalist in Atlanta. He stated that prior to little Marlo being killed, his older brother was accused of a murder that happened in a city called Brookhaven, just 20 minutes outside of Atlanta. It was gang-related with a mountain of evidence pointing towards Marlo's brother, and it should have been an easy win for the state. But multiple things went wrong during the trial, and the prosecution would fumble the case, ultimately causing it to be dismissed by the judge. despite the evidence obviously pointing at Marlo's brother. George did a DJ Vlad interview where he stated he had strong suspicions that whoever Marlo's brother killed, his people came back, and since they couldn't find him, they went after the high-profile target, Little Marlo.
That honestly make a lot of sense. Honestly, that makes the most sense right there. I believe it. This make a lot of sense. A lot of people be like, oh, baby drill, baby drill, baby drill. Like, bruh, come on, man. We don't know. Hey, I don't know.
There was a lot going on with the Lil Marlo thing. Lil Marlo's brother was accused of a murder in Brookhaven, and that murder case went bad. And by went bad, I mean prosecutors had to drop the case mid-trial, which never, ever happens. Like, their two witnesses disappeared on them. So Marlo's brother gets off scot-free, and it makes you start to ask whether or not Marlo's murder was retaliation.
It's believed that their fallout is just a classic tale of friends turned enemies in the streets, due to his gang PFK having a very public and ongoing beef with its former Ninth Ward allies, 21 Slaughter Gang, who was also clicked up with another rival of Play for Keeps, who they had a very violent ongoing beef with as well. They were out of East Atlanta, PDE, Paradise East, or Paper Drugs Extortion. Their most highlighted member is the rapper Young Nudie, who's also the blood cousin of 21 Savage, and one of the more prominent members of the 4L Collective. The two gangs would diss each other back and forth in songs, daring each other to step. One rapper in particular signed to Young Nudie's PDE label, Del Caresto Wilson, aka Baby Drill.
I rock with Baby, but my baby like to drill niggas.
Some people believe that in certain songs, he flat out admitted to killing Little Marlo, like on the track Send Deposit, where he raps about a CEO needing to buy their artists bulletproof whips, and how he hit him up with a 223. People suspected that this was a shot at the CEO of QC, Pierre P. Thomas. He had a viral hit with the song featuring Young Nudie called Dun Stain, where he rapped about catching his first body at 18. Some of the lyrics used to prove that Baby Drill could have been the murderer of Little Marlo would somewhat be disproven, due to the fact that at the time of Marlo's death, Baby Drill was past the age of 18. And the other lyrics about having bulletproof vehicles, thought to be about Little Marlo, would soon be proven to be about a completely separate situation. It's been alleged that on April 8, 2022, Baby Drill went on a murder spree, shooting 28-year-old Grady Scott to death in Midtown Atlanta, and then killing another man that very same day named Quintavious Harris, aka Hardbody Daffy.
Nah, this nigga Baby Drill's a menace. I ain't even gonna lie. Baby Drill, different.
Member of GF Goodfellas mob. Eventually, Baby Drill would be arrested on murder charges, but only that of Grady Scott, not for Little Marlo or Hardbody Daffy, despite the fact that he's rapped about being the one who murdered him on multiple songs.
Hit stick my ops, tryna gun them down. They gotta let me in, cause I'm the one who really gunned them down. Oh God, nigga.
What's up? Lamar. Alright, turn around. Turn around.
Lamar.
Why you taking him for? You ain't gonna say nothing? I'll tell you in a minute.
Hold up.
Sit down. Well, y'all getting up in my face, so y'all need to back up. Sit down.
Okay, you know what's going on now?
Nah, it's a warrant on me. A warrant on my arrest. I just heard him.
Oh. Yeah, there is a warrant. So
okay,
y'all need to back up off
what
this.
What are you getting arrested for? We backing up off. What are you getting arrested for?
Without my lawyer.
He's got a warrant for homicide. That's what. So you need to back up for me.
Hey,
get in.
Hey, bro, they got a warrant for homicide, bro. It's how you buy your artist.
Yo, warrant for homicide, bro. That is never good, my guy. Sheesh. They got a warrant for homicide. He just said it so lightly.
We'll make sure that shit BP. Chop down shit at BP. Hit his ass with 223.
But ultimately, those murder charges would be dropped, and Baby Drill could walk free, allowing him to resume his rising rap career. Another possibility behind the reasons of Little Marlo's murder could allegedly be connected to his old gang that he was once affiliated with, GF Goodfellas mob. But this particular issue between them had nothing to do with the streets. This was over a woman. The story goes a high-ranking member of Goodfellas named Capo Nuke started messing with one of Marlo's baby mamas. But despite the fact that
This old nigga started messing with one of Marlo's baby mamas. I guess he had money. He was that nigga. He had a Rolls Royce. So I guess being old, even though he an old nigga, they still want him.
this was over a woman. The story goes a high-ranking member of Goodfellas named Capo Nuke started messing with one of Marlo's baby mamas. But despite the fact that he wasn't even with her at the time, he still felt that it was disrespectful. It became well known that little Marlo was quick to put up a bag to take out his rivals, and that's exactly what happened to Capo Nuke. In the aftermath of his death, a subset would be created of his gang called Nuke Unit, dedicated to avenging his murder. The final theory in this story is also the most complex. There was growing speculation that Marlo's death came as a direct result of his reputation for putting bags on people's heads. But one of those bags that he put up would ultimately cost him his life. There were rumors that he put a hit out on young Nudie of Paradise East and 4L, as well as putting money on the head of 21 Savage. And in response, they put an even bigger bounty on Marlo's head, and eventually killing Marlo as get back, and his former gang, the Good.
Bro, you can see that her car was hit mad times, riddled with bullets. Look at that. Even the rim is like fried with bullets.
Goodfellas mob would be the one to pick up that bounty and carry out the hit. Some people believe that this is impossible due to the fact that a well-known Paradise East member, Baby Drill, has openly rapped about killing Hardbody Daffy, who was down with GF. But over the years, it's been proven that the #1 rule in the streets is that there are no rules. Marlo's death would gain the interest of major news platforms such as DJ Academics and DJ Vlad, where they would talk about different theories surrounding his murder.
To be that successful, man, and to be that high profile, you know, when you kill someone, you know that when you kill someone of that caliber, it's not just going to get, you know, brushed under the rug. It's going to be a real investigation. There's a lot of, you know, we reported on it. All these, you know, TMZ reported on it. Everyone's reporting on it.
The question that remains is why would Young Nudie, who's a successful rapper in his own right, and 21 Savage, who's an international superstar doing sold-out shows all over the world with Drake, be involved in any type of street business in Atlanta, and doors open in the music industry that most people could only dream of? Why risk it all over a gang war? But 21 Savage could also be seen on social media going back and forth with members of PFK, having arguments about who had the most clout in the city, who was doing the most damage, and who was dropping the most bodies. When Young Nudie appeared on The Breakfast Club, some people felt like he was dissing Lil Baby after Charlamagne confused his 4L collective with 4PF. Young Nudie would quickly check Charlamagne, letting him know that it was 4L who was really running Atlanta.
He did. I remember that. He definitely did say that. He checked Charlamagne and said, nah, we the biggest. Nah, we ain't that. This ain't that.
But I see you wear the 4L too. That's little Baby or what?
No, we 4L.
Y'all what's Lil Baby?
They 4PL.
4PL.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference, man.
Oh God.
What's the difference?
Shit, we the biggest.
We the biggest.
Big 4L.
Big 4L.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I shouldn't ask no more questions.
We show head up like y'all ain't dying in real life, man. Stop playing. Yeah. So you saying y'all undefeated on that side? Y'all ain't took no loss. Man, every that we beef with, 30 of they get smoked, and don't nothing happen to us in real life.
I don't know why 21 Savage got out of body, out of pocket like this, bro.
Yeah. So you saying y'all undefeated on that side? Y'all ain't took no loss. Man, every that we beef with, 30 of they get smoked, and don't nothing happen.
30 of they niggas get smoked, don't nothing happen. 88, what up, 88? How you been, my brother? How you feeling, my bro? Good to see you on here, man.
In real life, it's real life. Because the niggas that I without that spanking shit, So stop playing.
Yeah, 21 Savage was going wild, bro. He was going haywire. 21 Savage is wildin', bro.
So you saying y'all undefeated on that side? Y'all ain't took no loss. Man, every that we beef with, 30 of they get smoked, and don't nothing happen to us. In real life, it's real life. Because the niggas that I without that spanking shit. So stop playing. Is that all that sounds good? Y'all ain't spanking nothing. All right, look, you would die. You would die. You would die.
Look, hold on, check, hold on, cause this a real PFK nigga.
Oh my
when I first came around, was he in the circle?
I was thugging for real. I was thugging and stripping this nigga. You talking about? We taught y'all how to step. All that cap. Y'all some rookies. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. None of y'all ain't talking about nothing. That's why y'all be kicked up with everybody. You talking about? That's why y'all is bad for sit downs and shit.
Everybody else just let it be what it is, gang. You the only one that do that, bro. You the only one speak on shit on the internet. You the only one be commenting on when niggas be dissing. Everybody else just let it be what it's gonna be. You know why? Cause we was locked in at a point in time.
There were also reports on the internet that a gun found at
Yo, this nigga 21 Savage was saying way too much on that. He let niggas get him out of pocket. He's saying he just inviting the police. Slap me with a Rico. I'm definitely with the gang. I definitely be out here spanking shit. You know what I mean?
the scene of Marlo's death was registered to none other than Hood Rich Pablo, somebody that he had issues with previously. But many people would brush this story off to the side due to the fact that the drug-rich gang he's affiliated with is more known for dealing and getting money than actual gunplay. The wars that were already going on in the streets of Atlanta became even more violent. PFK was getting active, and everybody was also expecting Marlo's best friend and a man that he spoke extremely high of, Lil Baby, to step in his honor. But by this time, Lil Baby was officially one of the biggest stars in rap, with the entire world to lose. A lot more than just a trap house and a couple of pounds like back in his trapping days in Oakland City. When Lil Marlo's death initially occurred, Lil Baby did put up a tribute post, but it was quickly taken down, never to be seen again.
What? He put up a tribute post and took it, and look, it almost had 1 million likes. This is crazy, bro. It almost had 1 million likes. Let's rehear that again.
Our world to lose. A lot more than just a trap house and a couple of pounds like back in his trapping days in Oakland City. When Lil Marlo's death initially occurred, Lil Baby did put up a tribute post, but it was quickly taken down, never to be seen again. It's said that occurred because his baby became more a part of the mainstream music industry. He wanted to disassociate himself with any street violence. Mainstream music industry.
Let's see, so damn near 1 million people liked it. Damn, Thug, you know what come with this shit. That's why I battle myself with straddling the fence. It's like, don't too much good come out this street shit. Few niggas get away, but you don't hear about them that often. Streets are a stepping stool to the next level. I say that to say I'm focused. I'm effed up about you, about Young Rule. But at the same time, I'm so familiar with this shit, I find myself numb. Ain't cried in like 8 years. I thought I couldn't no more. This one hit me hard. Marlo was a gangster, and sometimes death come with it.
He wanted to disassociate himself with any street violence, with evidence of that being the rebranding of his 4PF label associated with his Oakland City neighborhood, now being called Glass Window Entertainment. But now he was one of the top streaming artists in music, not just hip-hop, but amongst every genre. In 2022, Lil Baby released a documentary where he would finally straight up address the death of his best friend, Lil Marlo. Although it seems to be as simple as Lil Baby knowing what Marlo was into in the streets of Atlanta, he stated that Marlo was well aware of what came with the street life, even the possibility of death. But from his demeanor in the interview and the tone of his voice, it seems like it was just a situation that was completely out of his control, and there was nothing that he could do about it. It's said that Marlo had gotten so reckless, he started putting hits out on people that Lil Baby was cool with, putting them in a very awkward position.
Just see your man slumping on the expressway, you kind of feel some type of way. But if you know the situation and you know what's going on and you know at the back of your head, you know they still come with it. That's a part of the streets. Some people get killed.
He ain't lying. That's definitely a part of the streets. Some people get killed.
I know that come with being in the street already. He ain't like Marlo got killed, and I was like, damn, boy, you can really get killed out here. I know this. This ain't nothing I don't know.
Some people believe that Lil Baby's rebrand wasn't just a strategy to keep his image clean in the music industry, that it was also to avoid a Georgia State RICO case that started getting handed down by Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis in 2021, mainly stemming from the high-profile beef between YFN and YSL. Lil Baby and Young Thug were very close due to an OG that they were connected through in Atlanta. Young Thug and Lil Baby would both take shots at YFN in songs, with Young Thug rapping in Haitian slang, "Everybody can't get it, I ain't from Summer Hill, but I'm visiting," and Lil Baby rapping on the song "Get Money, I'm from Atlanta to Summer Hill, I can't play around cause I know it's kill," making a subliminal reference to the numerous shootings between YFN and 4PF, which would reach its boiling point on December 10th of 2020. When YFN Lucci and some of his gang affiliates decided to slide down to 4PF territory looking for ops. They found who they were looking for and immediately opened fire, ultimately hitting 32-year-old Kevin Wright in the stomach. 4PF members would return shots at the vehicle, ultimately hitting one person inside, 28-year-old James Adams.
Yeah, this right here, this story right here, crazy, bro. This is when they tried to spin the block on niggas, hit them up. They did that, hit somebody, but then they fired back and body just hit him in the head, bro. Spilt his noodles, bro.
People who happened to be walking by and seen the entire thing tried to give him assistance and call 911, but it was too late.
Oh, we need an ambulance. Oh, somebody is laying out. Somebody, I don't know if he barely.
Let me connect you to the line.
Somebody just threw him out of the car.
Let me connect you to the ambulance.
The 2020 death of James Adams, as well as the high-profile 2015 murder of Donathan Nutt Thomas, who was killed in a brazen broad daylight shooting outside of an Atlanta barbershop, would all be contributing factors to the YFN and YSL RICO cases that would ultimately come down. Legally, Lil Baby didn't have anything to do with the case, but soon he would be front and center, because his former friend and frequent music collaborator Gunner was also arrested as a part of the YSL RICO. But in early 2023, after being locked up for about 6 months, a video would be released of Gunner in court, seemingly telling it all, agreeing with the state prosecutor that YSL was indeed a gang that needed to be dismantled. The case would start a heated debate online. Some people believe that Gunner did absolutely nothing wrong and that he looked out for himself, because at the end of the day, self-preservation rules the nation, while others flat out called him a snitch, including Lil Baby, who took aim at Gunner on multiple songs, referencing that Slime wasn't happy with what was going on, meaning Young Thug. Once Gunner was released from jail, he would drop a solo album addressing all of his haters, including Lil Baby on the song Bread and Butter, where he goes at Lil Baby saying that you still cool with the same people that had your friend killed. Also referencing how Lil Baby did absolutely nothing in retaliation for Lil Marlo's death.
YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Got locked up.
Yes.
Up with Young Thug and the rest of the guys on a RICO charge. It was a state RICO charge. And essentially, he got out in about like 6-7 months. He basically admitted.
Why did he still have his hands behind his back here?
That YSL is a gang.
Ain't he free at this point going to his Maybach?
You flipped on me when you know you was in business with a rat. Okay, that's clearly for Lil Baby. You still with a nigga that got your partner whacked. I think this was meant to be still at Lil Baby, but I think the partner they're talking about is Marlo.
Years later, and the death of little Marlo still remains unsolved, leaving his father, Rudolph Johnson Sr., searching for answers that he may never get. But even after his death, The war between PFK and 21 PDE still rages on in the streets of Atlanta, which could be seen on multiple online videos of both gangs sliding through each other's territory looking for ops. Little Marlo had the opportunity to change his life for the better, not just for himself, but for his kids who he obviously deeply cared about as well.
Damn, but that's sad, man. He had kids too. It's definitely sad.
But his struggles to leave the streets behind would ultimately cost him his life. And Little Marlo, he...
Sheesh, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Little Marlo, bro. But it's like you knew what was going on, man. Like, what can we do? Like, you know what I mean? Alright, we're about to get to this next, gang. I do gotta take a piss. All right, let's get into this video right here. We're gonna get into PA Judge. Matter of fact, real quick, watch this while I use the bathroom. I gotta take a piss real quick.
My goals. I used to want her to support me so much. I thought there was gonna be a woman I was gonna be with. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of stuff with her. You know what I'm saying? Every dime that I got, where I was working, I gave it to her. The only thing I wanted to do was get me a haircut and pay my cell phone bill so I could, shoot my video.
Right.
But I felt like at the time the money, it wasn't coming fast enough.
Right.
It wasn't there. So she went to, you need to get a job.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't blame his girlfriend for telling him to get a freaking job and kick him out of her house. I don't blame her. Because ain't nothing funny when that rent due when you ain't got the money. Ain't nothing funny about that. After I pay my bills, like the 1st or 2nd of the month, I can't laugh again until the 5th. I can't laugh again until I re-up. And I got the money. Ain't nothing funny when you got bills due and it's a man in your house who's not contributing. But in all seriousness though, that was really her fault for even letting that man live with her. Because what you mean he ain't...
She didn't believe in my dream and my goals. I used to want her to support me so much. I thought there was gonna be a woman I was gonna be with. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of stuff with her. You know what I'm saying? Every dime that I got, where I was working, I gave it to her. The only thing I wanted to do was get me a haircut and pay my cell phone bill so I could, shoot my video.
Right.
But I felt like at the time the money, it wasn't coming fast enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So look, this Desi Banks, bro. Desi Banks is here basically talking about how his girl kicked him out and left him flat out when he was down. Basically, this is on his way to the grind. You know what I mean? He's successful now, but he wasn't always successful. You know what I'm saying? And he telling his story. Let's listen.
It wasn't there. So she went to, you need to get a job.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't blame his girlfriend for telling him to get a freaking job and kick him out of her house.
Bro, he had a job. He was making money.
I don't blame her. Because ain't nothing funny when that rent due when you ain't got the money.
He just said he was giving her all his money. So he was helping with the bills. He was helping with all that. He just wasn't rich. He wasn't lit.
Ain't nothing funny about that. After I pay my bills, like the 1st or 2nd of the month, I can't laugh again until the 5th. I can't laugh again until I re-up. And I got the money. Ain't nothing funny when you got bills due and it's a man in your house who's not contributing.
He just said he was giving her all he needed was to pay his phone bill. So he was paying his phone bill and giving her the rest of the money. He said that. Where did she get that from this?
But in all seriousness though, that was really her fault for even letting that man live with her. Because what you mean he ain't...
She didn't believe in my dream and my goals. I used to want her to support me so much. I thought there was gonna be a woman I was gonna be with. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of stuff with her. You know what I'm saying? Every dime that I got, where I was working, I gave it to her. The only thing I wanted to do was get me a haircut and pay my cell phone bill so I could, shoot my video.
Right.
But I felt like at the time the money, it wasn't coming fast enough.
Right.
It wasn't there.
See,
so
he just said he was helping her with the bills. He had a job. He was giving her the bread. He just wasn't having a lot of money.
Well, I can't do this no more. So you might have to, go do something else. So it sent me to my grandmama's house. You know what I'm saying? So I was staying with my grandma for a little minute. And at that moment.
But that happened at late at night. That was like.
Yeah. Like.
So she put you out like 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Like I cried. I cried. I was crying already. Like when you chasing something, man, you trying to make this shit work. And man, I remember this shit like yesterday, bro. Like I was trying to talk to her. She like.
He ain't got no job and you let him live with you. What was the point of him being there? He could have did that at his mama house. And that's exactly where he went back to, his mama house. Sometimes men just got to get out the mud. You can't help men. Like, in all seriousness.
Just know that now you're a dub and he not coming back to share the bag with you.
For real, men have to do things the hard way. As a woman, when you help a man, you low-key shooting yourself in the foot.
Listen, man, if that's how she feel, then that's how she feel. Like, you could, if that's your whole way of looking at life, then you'll never really, you want a finished product is what you're saying. You got to come to her as a finished product. I don't believe the fool either. Bro, she said, basically, you should never help a man. That's what she said. Basically, the man was helping her. He was helping her pay the bills. They was taking care of the lifestyle, whatever the case may be, but she wanted more. Like, she wanted somebody with more money. Mind you, he's working on a craft the whole time. He working on a craft. You know what I'm saying? He working a job and paying the bills, but on the side, he's spending his time trying to chase a dream. That dream could change your life forever. But she ain't had no time. She gave up on the man. Look where he at now.
Like, you really are. They're never gonna appreciate what you did for them. They're gonna resent you for feeling.
Who says that? How you figure they never gonna appreciate what you did for them?
Like he couldn't do it himself and he had to.
Like, what make you think we not gonna appreciate y'all? Of course we gonna appreciate you.
Well, I can't do this no more. So you know.
Get up is risky because who knows if he's gonna stick with you if you do help him. He might get up and then be like, oh, okay, now I can afford the woman I want. He gonna leave you. It's always a risk. It ain't even worth.
Years ago, standing in my apartment wearing my ring. Look.
Get up is risky because who knows if you're gonna stick.
Who remembers this movie? I don't know if you saw this movie right here, but if you saw this movie, then you know this is where my man's hit the ultimate come up, bro. He had been working on something for years. Let me see the next one.
I know divorce is finalized, but
my man's been working on this invention for years and years and years. His invention finally paid off, bro. Finally paid off. Years and years and years. But she had left him. She was tired of waiting. She was like, yo, your dreams is not coming true. So she left him. And then my son hit big, bro. He came back and dropped off a check.
I wanted you to have this for everything you've done for me over
Look at that, 10 million.
the years. I don't know of any woman who would have put up with me, loved me, cared for me, believed in me. I don't blame you. Just sorry that my dream took so long to come true. You gave me 2 minutes. I'm sure it's just about up. I love you, Mel. I always will. Oh, I almost forgot. Your mama's house. It's yours again.
Wow. Came and blessed her, bro. Gave her $10 million and gave her the keys to her mama's house. I bought it back.
I know divorce is finalized, but I wanted you to have this for everything you've done for me over the years. I don't know of any woman who would have put up with me, loved me, cared for me, believed in me. I don't blame you. Just sorry that my dream took so long to come true. You gave me 2 minutes. I'm sure it's just about up. I love you, Mel. I always will. Oh, I almost forgot. Your mama's house. It's yours again. Us.
But black men. Oh, but men. Men, period. They didn't even say black men. She just said men. Men. Oh, but men. We gonna do this and we gonna do that. We not gonna come back and take care of you. Like, listen, man. She definitely sounds salty, bro. You could tell somebody hurt her. Somebody surely hurt that woman.
What advice would you give men that's living with a woman and the woman is the breadwinner?
Man,
how do you navigate that system?
I don't know. That's tough. The woman being a breadwinner is tough. I don't like that.
As a man, you need to find yourself first. You need to go get yours first. And then think about being with a woman. So you can make sure your confidence good.
Yeah.
And make sure you can, you know what I'm saying, be able to be the man of the house like you
Facts. You got to be the man of the house.
would want to. Because at the end of the day, I do feel like men should always be the breadwinner when it comes to stuff.
Right.
You know, you should always be the man of the house. You know, she should never have to come to you and say, boy, you need to be doing this. Boy, you need to go do some other stuff. You need to go do some investment. You know what I'm saying? Not in that type of way.
How did it make you feel that you were living with someone and she was the breadwinner?
At the time, I thought it was cool. You know, I thought she was important, but I think my dream didn't come fast enough. My purpose didn't come fast enough.
Right.
So I think that's what happened. You know, when a woman wants things and, you know, they're not getting it, I'm not gonna hold.
What advice would you give?
Definitely, bro. Women want things. Never forget that. Might be an old show with that chick, but I could wire me 10 mil. Yeah, Yeah, guy could wire me 10 million. It was an old movie. Not an old movie, but a movie from a while back. But yeah, I just wanted to watch that because I thought that was like very I thought that video just kind of like just not even a female really perspective, but just Desi speaking on it. You know what I mean? The grind, because it's tough out here. You know what I'm saying? Look, what we getting to next? Should we get to Tommy G? All right, Tommy G, man. Tommy G on the block with the pimps and the prostitutes.
Have you ever been petitioned by a cop for
Shout out to my dog Tommy G.
Oh yeah.
in their cop car?
Hell yeah, in uniform.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're in Phoenix, Arizona, on the Blade, speaking with pimps and prostitutes, getting an inside look at their life. And
oh wow, this was my dog. Yo, my dog Dave is in AZ, bro. My dog Dave is in Phoenix, Arizona.
how it is on these streets. You're pimping out of the kindness of your heart?
For surely.
Does that sound like an absurd statement to make?
For surely.
Absolutely not. Like when she go to sleep and pray, she praying to me.
What?
That's a crazy statement.
Once again, we dive into the world of prostitution, this time in Phoenix, Arizona. This story takes place on the Blade, the term used for the street where women can be seen walking at night looking for customers. The business of sex is a complicated one. Usually what you find is vulnerable women being controlled and manipulated by a devious pimp, who oftentimes himself grew up in a rough environment where he saw prostitution from a young age. For a young man growing up in poverty, the allure of being a pimp is both financial and status related. Monetarily, it's a great way to make fast money, and the profession of pimping has been glorified in rap music, presenting an image of a smoothly dressed man with cars, women, and the latest fashion. Phoenix has long been a hotspot for prostitution and sex trafficking, two things that overlap.
Bro, who wants to hit these chicks?
Phoenix has long
who's
been a hotspot for prostitution.
Like, bro, who's paying for these whores? Like, bro.
Prostitution and sex trafficking, two things that overlap. Recently, there have been major busts, including one operation that arrested over 300 people in early 2023. While most of the mainstream media believes talking to some local vaguely related to the story in a corporate setting of an office is the way to deliver news, I believe the best way to get to the bottom of the story is to go boots on the ground and get it straight from the source. Today, we do just that. Our story begins by interviewing a pimp, and as the story goes on, we find ourselves in a motel room with a prostitute getting ready for work and her pimp in the room as well. It's time to hit the Blade.
Quick announcement.
What was those supplies that they had on the bed?
Time is running out to get your ticket. We have a live event in Milwaukee. So if you're in the Chicago area, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, nearby, or want to
Look, my son, who baby is this? This my son, baby? Congrats, bro.
make a drive, come out to the show. 2 documentaries. It's gonna be fun. Oriental Theater, March 7th. Link in description. And now.
Ain't doing it right. Hustle hard for them bands because that's what I like. I fuck on a bitch and then I'm out of sight. That bitch gave me brain, yeah, that bitch blew my mind.
That's a dude. This is a dude.
I fuck on a bitch and then I'm out of sight. That bitch gave me brain, yeah, that bitch blew
That's a dude right there.
my mind.
So it's 5 p.m. on a Tuesday night. This is the first impression of the Blade. We're gonna show you what we see. Just think that this is somebody's reality that 6-7 days a week. This is how they feed themselves, feed their kids. Like, could you imagine a mom being out here? Mom's gonna go out and work tonight. She'll be back in the morning. That's a crazy reality to me. They say this is the world's oldest profession, and I wonder if America's making the right calls in how we're handling prostitution. Would it not be safer to have brothels? Would it not be safer for the women, for the STDs? You cut out the pimps, which to me are the guys you gotta cut out of this game. Tell the people where we are right now.
Shit, right now we on 27th Avenue Indian School. That's the
Bro, we back to the goofy. This the dude that you said you ain't like his statement. We back to the goofy, bro. Tommy be out here. You know Tommy, my nigga.
Blade, but really that's the start of the Blade, but you feel me? We just gonna say that's the Blade.
And what's the Blade?
You gonna come down here, you gonna see some fat hoes, small hoes, anything, pigeon toes, but you feel me? Everything down here getting money though.
To me, it's mind-blowing that a man can convince a team of women to work for him, to be on the street, to put their body at risk, and then collect the money for that. How do you manage to do that?
for. We're not convincing to do anything. They seeing that we providing them a higher lifestyle for them. You feel me? Some females, they gonna be able to go to college. Some females, they ain't gonna never be shit. They need to run into a nigga like me or a nigga like us. Anybody on our lifestyle that's gonna actually elevate them and be able to give them what they need. Be able to, feel me, put them in their car, put them in the house. A lot of people, they gonna be in their mama house the rest of their life. They ain't gonna never be nowhere. 4 kids, 5 kids, but you feel me? Turn around. You see that? Can't make this up. I almost want to roll the window down.
What advantage do the women have in teaming up with someone like you?
They by themselves, they liable to get broke. When you get broke, you a renegade, you out here by yourself, you ain't got nobody to protect you or help you. Anybody can do anything to you. They know you got a purse full of money, they know you ain't giving it to nobody, so it's on you. You need somebody to be able to watch your back, make sure you safe, make sure you're okay, make sure you can eat, make sure you get home safe.
You kind of view yourself as the bank and the security guard of your women.
I'm everything.
When they're out in the street, how much of what
Nigga said, I'm everything.
they bring in goes to you?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. I'm your everything. Like when she go to sleep and pray, she praying to me.
Yeah, that was the goofiest statement nigga ever said.
That's a crazy statement.
Straight in, man. It is what it is, man.
Do you think that's a fair arrangement that all their money goes to you?
100%. Because it's going back to them in the long term. Anything they need paid for, it's coming right out of my pocket, and that's everything.
What kind of things do you buy them?
They might need a whip, they might need their rent paid, they might need a house. Their kids might need some clothes, their kids might need some food, their kids might need their daycare paid for. You never know what they might need, but whatever they need, that's why they give everything they got to me, and I'm gonna make sure everything okay.
Tell people what a bottom is.
That's the can rely on. Like, all the go, they leave, anything gonna you can't trust no to stay, but your bottom you can trust that one. That one ain't gonna never leave.
Did you say off?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
When you off on a nigga, that mean like you could be with another nigga, anything. It's really just anything to not to somebody liking. You feel me? Where it's like, all right, you stop with me, but you ain't just stop with me and keep it solid and let a nigga know what it is. You feel me? You off on me. You did something unrespectable.
And look, just out here she comes back again.
Cheekage,
how can someone get away with that? That looks like so obvious what's going on.
She ain't doing nothing wrong. She just walking on the phone. You feel me? I ain't see no crime.
Is this something that Phoenix police are trying to bust, or that you have to worry about police?
You for sure gotta worry about police. We go 2 minutes up the street, you gonna see hella police, but like, ain't nobody doing shit. They don't see nothing going on, you feel me? Unless somebody's stupid enough to be seen.
That mean they just let it happen in certain areas, right? That's what that mean. In certain areas, they just letting it rock. Like, that's how I see it. Feel me?
How do you view women?
I love women. For real, I love everything about women. You feel me? I don't even like being around niggas. I only like being around women. You feel me? A nigga ain't gonna keep me paid. Gonna keep me paid. You feel me?
How would you feel if your sister was out on the blade?
My sister.
How would you feel if your sister was out there? That's a good question.
Is on the blade right now in
really?
Vegas, on my mama.
How'd you find your way into this?
Shit, bro, when I was like 18 years old, I was with this little bitch, or really an older bitch, but whole time she was a hoe. I didn't even know she was a hoe. She just always had dough, you feel me? She'd pay for little shit that I had going on, and it came to a point to where she started kind of like, you know, I'm gonna teach you the game. She wanted to see me get paid.
So an older woman taught you the game?
For surely.
What's the relationship you have with your mom?
I talk to my moms every day.
Does she know what you're up to?
Yeah, she know what I do.
What does she think about it?
She don't like it, but she gotta respect me. I gotta take care of myself. She see how I'm taking care of myself. She see how I'm taking care of others. You feel me?
Where do you see yourself on the balance of good and evil?
Straight good. Ain't no evil in me. You feel me? Everything I'm doing is out the kindness of my heart. I'm trying to make sure everybody that is part of me, I play my part and we smooth.
You're pimping out of the kindness of your heart?
For surely.
Does that sound like an absurd statement to make?
Absolutely not.
What happens if one...
For surely. Better in one area than all over. You right. That's a fact, bro. 88, when you right, you right. Better in one area than all over.
One of your girls comes back and doesn't bring $1 home.
She wouldn't even come back. I ain't gonna...
That's a thick one right there. She thick as hell.
No lie. She know better than to come back and she ain't got no bread. But it's like, for what? What you here for? Like, you know?
What's the most a woman is brought back in a night?
Usually a quota is about a band, but you feel me? I done had to bring in like 35 bands in the night before.
Is there a particular day of the week that's the hottest?
Saturday. Okay. Sunday morning.
Is it a dangerous job?
For me, I know how to play the game right, you feel me? I ain't never in my life been in no danger playing this, but I done heard some stories, but that's about it.
Is it dangerous for the women?
Yeah, I say it's dangerous for them at all times. If they not protecting themselves, they not making sure that they safe at all times, they not doing their perfect screening. When I mean perfect screening, I mean perfect screening, because any little flaw could really have you jammed up.
What makes a good John?
He gonna have to pay. and he gonna have to keep paying and keep paying and keep paying.
One thing we've heard in Chicago and Los Angeles from both the pimps and the prostitutes out there is they don't have black customers. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we don't do no AAs.
What is AA?
That's African American.
No African American customers?
No African American.
And why is that?
It's never really nothing good coming with African Americans. They usually too aggressive. They won't.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. No blacks. They don't want to, bro. The customers can't be black. That's what he's saying, bro. That's wow. Here, even when there are big events, the cops round them up and send them out. Right, stay away. I feel you.
Too much. They not paying enough. It's almost like a safety hazard.
You know, no, just making sure you're checking your surroundings. Okay, we're gonna keep going on the blade. Maybe we'll see you a little later tonight, but thank you for sharing your story, and I wish you the best, okay? So we're gonna hit the blade, we're gonna pick up some chicks.
Without having any good street connections that can get me into the rooms with pimps and prostitutes, I decided to try my luck by driving around and trying to pay women for a conversation. This made me feel nervous, uncomfortable, and I struck out more than an 8th grade boy at the dance. Apparently, an Arizona YouTuber went around harassing these ladies before, so they were not too keen for an interview, understandably.
I always feel like such a fucking slimy bastard when we're doing this. It just feels so weird and wrong.
When I visit tough places, I always look for people that
Tommy G better chill out, fool. We know you don't bought you some pussy before, my son. Tommy G, stop it.
are thriving despite the environment.
Nah, my son is a married man, I think. I think my son Tommy G married, man.
Found a boxing gym, so I figured I'd talk to a coach and hear his mentality and how he steers youth in the right direction.
We're at a boxing gym right now. As you can tell, kids are working out, they're jump roping, they're getting a sweat. And we're with the coach. What's your name, sir?
Rafael Valenzuela. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you, coach. ¿Qué es el impacto de la prostitution en la área?
Los niños no se enfocan en eso, ni siquiera voltean a ver a ellos. Ellos vienen y trabajan aquí en el gimnasio, llegan, se van a su casa. No andan en las calles, es diferente para ellos. Acá se van a correr a veces y pues, estamos cuidándolos de que no haya gente que los moleste.
¿Piensa que un gimnasio como esto es muy importante para la comunidad?
Oh, sí, es bien importante porque, como te digo, los enseñas a pelear, pero también les formas disciplina. Cuando ellos crezcan, vayan formándose bien, ya sea para un trabajo, para estudiar, lo que sea, les forma su disciplina para ser alguien en la vida.
¿Piensa que la policía necesita ser más fuerte allí o qué es la solución para esto?
Pues ahorita yo pienso que con todo esto que está de las drogas que están saliendo, que ya ves que hay tantas personas que están envueltas en drogas, también drogas que están saliendo, que ya ves que hay tantas personas que están envueltas.
And look, this is a nigga from the Bronx saying this. I'm from the Bronx. His mustache, looks like a cop to me. Nah, you crazy. Bro, look, this shit look nasty. This look dirty as hell. And I'm from the Bronx, and I'm saying this look dirty as hell.
Envueltos en drogas, también es duro para la policía mantener todo esto pues controlado, porque hay un policía o dos y hay como 100 o 200 gentes en la calle haciendo sus cosas. Entonces es duro para la policía. Yo pienso que ellos están trabajando en eso.
It feels like we're in another world right now. This guy's kind of geeking out right now.
Feeling like I was about to fold my cards, as a last-ditch effort, I decided to go to a motel lobby and see who I could meet. After standing in line for a few minutes, my luck changed when a lady named Roxy got in line behind me. Here's what happened.
Is it normally this slow here? What is it like night to night around here? Does it get hectic?
Sometimes it does. Mainly you have like all the smokers that smoke blues hanging out around here. Sometimes it gets a little crazy, you know, like people fighting and want to shoot each other.
Over drugs or over like the pimping?
It's mainly over, it's not even got nothing to do with the pimping no more. It's all got to do with the pills, like the fentanyl, like it's not their area to take over.
As far as Phoenix goes, this is the hotbed for pimps and prostitutes, unquestionably, right?
Yeah.
So one question I have is, do you think it should be legal? Should we have brothels where you can legally go, do your business, it's a little safer for the women?
To me, it's a job for them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like strippers. It should be legal for them to do it, somewhere to go safe, you know, instead of just walking the blade and then people picking them up and then somebody, you know, hurting them or killing them or something like that.
Have you ever heard of a bad story happening to a woman on the street?
Man, I've heard of a lot. I've seen a lot of females get in a car and then...
See, they found them prostitutes in the dumpsters, bro. Yeah, if Tommy really putting in that work, that's a fact. He really out here. Did you ever see the Shea Frost versus King Sid? Bro, I saw it yesterday. I watched it last night, I think. Was it last night or the night before? Yeah, bro. Last night or the night before we watched it. The night that you missed, bro. Yeah, bro. I had like a 6-hour stream, bro. Like last night, I think it was.
End up in the back of an alley, gutted up, cut up. I've seen a girl that was on the blade on Northern and 27th, and they found her body.
Watch that back when you later on when I get off stream or whenever you got some time, watch my stream back. I had a 6-hour stream last night. It was the Shea Frost fight. We started with the Shea Frost fight.
In the back of an alley, just laying on an empty bed, no clothes on, stabbed up.
How do you view the pimp in this? Is he a helpful person? Is he a parasite? Is he a bad guy?
I don't think these women need pimps, you know what I'm saying? I mean, why would you need a pimp when you're trying to work for the money for yourself? Some of these women are vulnerable, you know?
What percent of the rooms here you think are dedicated to prostitution?
Travelers in. That's across the street. And over there, they can bring as many people as they want. Just the other day, I seen these 2 girls bring a trick over there, and I don't know what they were trying to do, rob him or what, but he busted out their window, and then he left, and then they left. It was crazy. Like, wow.
It seems like a dangerous world to be in.
Yeah, especially too for the tricks too, you know, because they never know what's behind them doors, or they never know what's gonna happen. They can get set up. Somebody could be waiting for them to rob them and stuff. And most of these females are doing it for the fentanyl, and that's pretty crazy.
Does the pimp get the woman hooked on fentanyl? Is that part of the game?
No, I think that they get themselves hooked on that. Some pimps, if you follow the girl, they'll come right up on you and tell you, hey, well, what are you doing bothering my girl and this and that, and he'll point a gun at you and all kinds of shit. It's crazy.
Have you ever met a pimp that you think is a good guy?
I know quite a few pimps. They're all right. Yeah, you see a lot of ambulance. Just earlier today, they had the helicopters and like.
Don't judge a person on their occupation. You can't judge a person on their occupation. Yeah. We got my brother. How you living, bro? There. We got my brother Dave. How you feeling, bro? That's a fact. Like the video. We need that. Dave, how you feeling tonight, Brody? We watching this Tommy G video, bro. They in your hood with it, bro. They in Phoenix. Yo, Dave, you in Phoenix, right? They in Phoenix with it today. Looking at the price at the house.
10, 15 squad cars. I guess they were on high-speed chase from here.
The motel managers, do you think they 100% know what goes on?
Of course they do. Some of them are with it, and some of them ain't with it.
I guess in some ways I get it. Like, what are they gonna do? Say, no, I don't want to feed my family? Like, that's the thing. Like, every person in the chain, at the end of the day, they're trying to survive.
Yes, yes. And that's what this whole situation is. Like the homeless, the prostitution, the drug addicts. Everybody's trying to survive out here. You know, this world is hard. You know.
Do you have anyone waiting on you right now?
Yeah, I have them waiting on me.
Oh, the truck?
No, no.
Do your thing first, and we can talk.
Yeah,
after.
they're pushing a shopping cart, so they have all my bags in the shopping cart.
So guys, motels like this, they're hot spots, and there's cities, major cities all around the country that someone's day-to-day life, the way they put food on the table is to sell their body. But you let me know in the comments, should it be legal? Would it be safer, better, cleaner if it was legal? Or
should it be legal? I don't know. Dave, you know that hotel in the area? Yeah, word. Dave, we need to know. Dave, we need some answers. Do you know this area, bro? He said, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm in Phoenix. This ain't my hood, though, Jimmy. I'm forever young G. Young. I know that, bro. I know that, bro. I know you forever young, bro. I know you from the hood, but I'm saying, though, this right here is where you be at, right? Like, do you know this area in Phoenix?
Or hey, no, that's a line we shouldn't cross as a society. You guys let me know what you think. And one thing that's a little spooky about doing this is you never know how close a pimp is keeping an eye on you. Some car with tinted windows. I mean, we just saw pimps with crazy guns in the car. I think if you're not bothering someone, they're not gonna bother you. We're gonna wait for this girl and see what she brings us to.
They find like people already broken in the room. Yeah. Like, see how the bed's all like moved to the side? Yeah. Like, sometimes you can move the furniture out, and it's like dirty under there. Sometimes they don't even clean these rooms right. I stayed in that one over there today, and that room over there, I killed like 2 big roaches in that room. You moved the bed, it was dirty. Comforts didn't look clean. They had like little thin pillows. It's just crazy. People been getting shot over here. Right now it's mainly over the fentanyl. El Chapo Guzman put a stop to fentanyl for the blues to come here. A lot to do with cartel, you know. I just got out of prison for sales of drugs. Like, I used to sell a lot of drugs. That's why a lot of people know me around here. After this car accident and everything, I stopped. Like, I just had to quit, you know? Like, I had to get my shit together. I'm waiting for my settlement to come through, and then
From the insurance company?
yeah, him wants somebody that's gonna work. The room he pays for, food he's paid for, the clothes he's paid for. She has to work that off.
When they have sex with tricks, what percent of them you think wear condoms?
I don't even think they do.
What? I don't even think they do. You don't think they wear condoms? That's crazy. He said, I don't know this area at all. My boy Tycoon or Pimp out there. I never been where they at. You never been over here? Damn, okay. I thought this was like a poppin' ass area.
It's just a dangerous game. There's just one bad thing, you know?
How much does this room cost tonight?
It cost me $84, but it was supposed to be $63.
For a sketchy motel, 84 seems pretty high.
It is high. Let me talk to them and find out if they're comfortable.
84 for a night in a motel that all you gonna hear is prostitutes getting their brains smashed out all night. That's disgusting. It don't look that bad though, I ain't gonna lie. It don't look as bad as I thought in there.
Can I give you my number?
Yeah, so that way they won't be all get sketchy.
Yes.
Hey, I'm in room 176 right next to the laundry room. They're coming.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit then. Like, think about this, picking up weed. Back in the day, you had to meet someone in a sketchy cul-de-sac or an alley. Dealer would drive up, you're nervous, the cops are gonna pull up. And now they have dispensaries. You walk in calmly, you get what you want, you walk out. Everyone's happy and no one gets hurt. I think it's pretty similar with prostitution. Look what he said. Nervous, the cops want in a sketchy cul-de-sac or an alley.
Bruh, that's how it is when you're a white boy, I guess. I grew up in the hood, so when I want to go buy weed or buy anything, you just go outside to the neighborhood. It's out there. You ain't got to pull up to no weird, sketchy cul-de-sac. You just go outside. Everything's sitting outside for you. The poppin' Hostro is in Indian School in 27th Ave. That's where the hoes really be. I believe it. That's where the hoes be at. Yo, bro, Dave, did you know that they don't let black dudes hit? These prostitutes got a no black dude rule. We just learned this. Only Mexicans and white boys. Shout out to the Mexicans and white boys. Only they can hit though.
Dealer would drive up, you're nervous, the cops are gonna pull up. And now they have dispensaries. You walk in calmly, you get what you want, you walk out. Everyone's happy and no one gets hurt. I think it's pretty similar with prostitution.
To see what a future could look like if sex work was legalized, let's look at two different case studies that are out there. In Nevada, the only place in the United States where it's legal, the results have been encouraging. Sex workers
Prostitution is legal in Nevada?
report a great reduction in violence, better relationships with police, and like the legalization of marijuana, the counties that have legalized it are enjoying increased.
I never bought weed before, but always gardens in my family here in BC. You always got it from the garden? Yo, 88, you lucky, man. You a lucky dude. You just go right out to the garden and get you some gas. That's fire.
Tax revenue and tourism dollars that it brings to their area. In the Netherlands, they decided to legalize prostitution in specific districts that they call tipple zones. Cities that have implemented these zones saw a 30 to 40% decrease in incidents of sexual abuse and rape. A study I found from Yale estimates that major cities spend around $7.5 million every year enforcing prostitution laws, and something I thought of is that money could instead be invested to fighting crimes like shootings and theft, things that are a little bit more major. What do you think?
I think they're using that to block it.
Have you ever seen a motel that is this secure? Like, as far as how to get in? Travelers Inn's pretty locked down. We're at Miguel. Throw the drone up, see what we can find. There's some weird stuff going on around here. Hey, Roxy.
Hey, they just got in the door. They said give them a few minutes.
Are they down?
Yeah, they're down the top, so they give them a few minutes because they just got in the door.
10 minutes? Okay, cool. All right, sounds good. Out in the open. There's someone right there. It's a vote. Thanks. How are you? So, I'm looking to talk to people. I'm looking to pay people for interviews.
Oh, no, I'm good, love. Thank you.
No? We just have to make sure we're not walking into a setup.
True, because, yeah, that could be a setup too. I think we should bring up one.
How you doing? Good, good, good. I can hop out. You want to meet me at the gate? Here, I'm gonna come out right now so you can see me. These are my guys. What's going on? Nice to meet you. How long do you plan on going out for?
Probably all evening.
You're
She said she's going out until tomorrow evening.
go for 24 hours straight?
Probably, that's my goal.
Nice to meet you. How long do you plan on going out for?
Probably all evening.
You're gonna go for 24 hours straight?
Probably, that's my goal.
Bruh, yo, that pussy is ran down, bro. What type of mileage you think she got on this pussy?
That sounds exhausting.
Not my first time. Probably won't be my last.
So what goes through your head when you get ready to go out there?
Just trying to stay positive.
How dangerous is it out there for you?
It could get pretty dangerous, to be honest.
Can you run us through a story of an experience that might give people an idea of how hectic it can get out there?
I mean, it could get pretty dangerous.
Bro, who's hitting this? You know she not making a lot of money, bro. She's way out of shape, bro. Who's really spending their hard-earned money to hit this? Look at her mouth. Look disgusting. To be honest, when I was a young fella in the 80s and the working girls were nice, now they seem doped up. They be looking, they not so fine, right? Yeah, they not that fine right here.
I had this one client who didn't want to always make them pay me first, and then I'll do the service or whatever. He try to take the money back from me and shit. I have brothers and shit that I call and they
Ew!
Do you have some guys?
Look at her teeth.
From me and shit. I have brothers.
Oh my god.
And shit that
Yuck mouth.
I call and they handle the situation.
Do you have some guys that if you need backup you can?
Yeah, not everybody has that, you know? I didn't have that at first.
Is there anything you can tell about your clients or customers
A lot of them are still married and literally cheating on their wives, and that's crazy as fuck to me.
What percent of your clients do you think are married?
Probably over half of them.
Wow. Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
What percent of clients are wearing rubbers and what aren't?
Oh, I don't do anything without a rubber, so.
It seems like it would be pretty risky to do it without a rubber.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically just gonna kill yourself. I know a couple girls that that do anything for $1.
Can you tell me more about your story or how you got into this?
I'll be 23 next month.
Oh my god, bro, she's 22. Oh my god. Bro, this is run down, bro. This is what this is, bro. They all fiends in this area. That's what that is. They all fiends.
And I've been doing this since 17.
What happened when you were 17 that you said, hey, this is what I want to do?
Well, I mean, my mom I'm from Indiana actually. My mom moved us back out here to Arizona, and we didn't have anything. We didn't have a house, we didn't have a car, we didn't have shit. And then my mom left me out here by myself.
Your mom left you out here by yourself?
Yeah.
Where did she go?
She moved to Florida with her mom.
So is this kind of just survival?
Yeah.
Chris, is there anything you think would be important to tell people back home that might not know anything about this world?
Don't be so judgmental towards people. I'm a peacemaker. I love peace. You don't know what the next person's going through, really.
How long do you see yourself doing this for?
Honestly, I don't know, but hopefully not too much longer.
We've done a similar piece in Chicago and Los Angeles, and one thing we've heard from both pimps and prostitutes in both those areas is they don't do black customers.
Okay, I don't do black customers either.
Too
How you black but you don't do black customers? That shit racist. Yeah, bro. I thought she was old as hell too, bro. This is crazy.
risky?
Yeah.
What percent of women out here you think have pimps?
I think back then when I first started working versus now, it's a lot of renegades now. Versus when I first started working, it's a lot of pimps and hoes.
And do you think pimps are helpful or do you think they're hurtful to the business model?
As long as they're not a gorilla pimp, then they can be very helpful.
So you kind of need a pimp to survive in some ways?
Yeah.
Is the game plan basically to find customers and bring them back here?
I do car dates.
Is that the most common way of doing it?
Yeah.
Are there any weird fetishes that you come across?
This one guy, he hit me up. He's like, "Are you able to I didn't know what scat play was until I had to Google it.
Look at her teeth, bro.
When he asked me to do it, scat
Oh my god, her teeth are crazy.
play. Who? I didn't know people really like stuff like that.
Nah, bro. Her teeth, bro. Oh my God, bro.
For any family or friends that might be out there wondering how you're doing, is there any?
Her jibs is fried, bro. It's like they fried her jibs and put them back in her mouth.
Anything you would like to say to them?
I'm good. I'm alive. Shit, they can hit my line. But I do have a son, and I do see myself being more active in his life.
When he's not with you, who does he stay with?
My baby daddy's mom.
Okay, that's good. You in the game or formerly in the game?
I'll never leave the game.
How young were you when you got into this game?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Who got you into this game at 9?
Just watching. Born in Los Angeles, California.
Did you grow up on Figueroa?
Yeah, I know about Figueroa.
Did you have any family members on the blade?
Cousins, females.
Did they teach you the game?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
34.
Now that you're older, more mature, is that kind of wild to think like that you were that young and put in those type of situations?
Yes, it actually does.
So I hear all the time, pimps take 100% of the money. That to me sounds absolutely crazy. What's your take on that?
She only gonna do what you
Yo, Dave, this your man's right here? Dave, this your man's, bro?
let her do to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever she go for, that's what it's gonna be. I mean, there is some that do that. There are some that run their program a little differently, you know?
So if people think, man, a pimp is just a parasite, do you agree with that, or do you think that's, or do you disagree with that?
It can be, but see, you got motherfuckers out there giving pimp a bad name.
Is pimping a lucrative business?
Very.
What's the most you think you ever made in a month?
30.
Like an investment banker's
You ain't make no damn 30,000.
income. It's not bad, huh? Do you ever feel bad for some of the prostitutes out there?
Actually, I do. That's what made me stop. A lot of these girls were raised wrong. They weren't loved how they were supposed to be. It took me a minute to realize, like, the life comes out of that. You know, the whole baby comes out of that. That's crazy. Like, pussy is the root of all evil. It's what make the world go round. This is the best thing on earth. It'll make anybody do anything.
Have you ever had to hunt down a trick and collect money?
Yes.
A lot? On the scales of good and evil, where do you see yourself?
I see
Gang, check your inbox. Copy.
myself good.
What percentage of women out there do you think have been sexually abused or abused as a kid?
A lot.
What percent of pimps out there do you think have been abused as a kid?
See, that's what I'm saying about this word pimp. You got boyfriend pimping, gorilla pimping, freak body pimping.
What is a freak body pimp?
These dudes out here that don't care. They'll pimp a tranny, they'll pimp a gay dude, this shit is wild, B. Like, this shit is illegal, flag on the motherfucking plane. But I guess if it make you money, hey, man, I ain't gonna be selling a boy pussy. That's out of pocket.
Have you ever been in danger doing this job?
Every day I'm in danger. 144 years.
A pimp got 144 years?
You know, another one that got 422 years.
From Arizona? 420 years?
After Steve mentioned that he knew of
Copy. I seen it, Brody. I see it. It's a short. I'll show it next.
pimps that got 144-year, 420-year sentences, I was curious to know the legal ramifications for each of the characters in the story: pimps, prostitutes, and Johns. And it turns out it depends on the state, but let's take California for example. For a first-time offender of someone pimping an adult, they typically get a sentence of 3 to 6 years. But a really bad pimp who's involved in sex trafficking and more may get a few decades in prison, like this Milwaukee pimp did recently. For the women caught soliciting sex, most states agree that it is better to help the women than heavily punish her. Because of this, prostitution is typically a misdemeanor, and instead women are steered towards programs like probation, mandatory age testing, and community service. And now for the Johns. Let's take Illinois for example. Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart noticed a discrepancy in the Department of Justice statistics. In 2010, 43,000 women were arrested for prostitution and only 19,000 Johns were arrested for soliciting it. He decided he wanted to go after the Johns soliciting sex and launched his National John Suppression Program. When the Johns are caught, they're given a ticket and a fine, and the money from their fine goes to support counseling and job programs for the Women's Justice Program, a program that supports the sex workers the police catch to steer them into a better future.
Imagine the motherfucking just telling you 422 years in the Department of Corrections.
That's insane.
All because of a stinking ass bitch.
I learned a lot. Do you have any?
That is crazy. 422 years, bro. Look up the 27th Ave Phoenix. You're gonna see real hoes how they move. Copy. Let me see. 27th Ave hoes Phoenix.
Final thoughts.
If you can get out of it, get out of it. If you don't put anything in it, don't expect shit out of it. Straight up.
The families worry about them and think, every day that shit on these streets is going to be okay, but
Alright, that's crazy, bro. Nigga, Dave said If we look this up, we're gonna see where the real hoes be at. AZ. Yeah, boom. Let's see what this is. 27th Ave, Phoenix, Arizona. What they on? This one copyrighted. Let's see. I have to mute it. It's yup, music, Warzone, YouTube, library. Don't worry about it. We're gonna mute that real quick. Let's see. Ew. Ew, look nasty though. Oh nah, she look better. That's that. I ain't gonna lie. She look like a little baddie walking up to you, right? You don't want neither one of them. That nigga in the Cadillac about to pull up. Yeah, nah, they be out here, bro. They be, oh shit. You see, they be homeless and shit. They got, so you got homeless hoes selling pussy? Who's buying pussy from a homeless hoe? Like, bro, if you buy, how but down bad you gotta be buying pussy from a homeless hoe? Policia. Yo, Dave, I just seen you, nigga. Dave, hold up. I just seen you, nigga. What's up? My brother. I just seen my brother. I see you at, bro. I see you group. I see bro at. Who was it? Let me find it. Hold on. Who you at, buddy? Who you at, buddy? I saw you with the dreads. I saw you with the dreads. Hold up. Hold up. Where Brody at? Oh, damn. I can't see you, bro. I don't see you, bro. I don't see your ass. They be buying pussy from any girl out there. That's crazy. Yeah, Dave, go. I see you, little Dave. Did you right? My nigga Dave hit the. Oh, that's not Dave. My bad, my bad. Dave, that's your man's of them, though. Nigga Dave. Nigga Dave said, "Oh nah, you did not see me. You way too fly for that. I would never pay for pussy." Facts. I already know, bro. I'm messing with you, bro. Oh man. But bro, you do live in Arizona. Like I fuck around and like the camera just hop around and see you just coming out of like, you know what I'm saying, sneaker store or some shit by accident. Alright, Dave, don't tell me that's not your man's though. You don't know this nigga? This nigga right here on the bike, he look familiar, right? Nah, I'm geeking. Look at her, look, she's like, come here. Hit this. Come hit this. Look, she jumped off the stoop for this. Look, yeah, look. Come here. Come hit this. Look, come hit this. Dave, she trying to tell you come hit it, buddy. Niggas at the sneaker store nowhere around there. Where the sneaker store at, buddy? I know y'all got sneaker store, nigga. How you be fly? So this downtown Phoenix, or where this at in Phoenix? It look like it be stores around there, bro. Some shit. Nah, maybe like down the block. Damn, nah, this where all the bums be. This is where all the homeless at. Damn, gang. Ain't nothing but tents out here. This is, you right. Ain't no stores around here. Ain't nobody buying no sneakers in this area. We out here. We out here. Alright, what's going on, man? What we got going on in the motherfucking world? Oh, FYBJ Main. FYBJ Main, I think, responding.
That's right there, bro. Aunt Glizzy.
There you go. There we go. Tempe AZ, a Subaru area where the baddies at. I believe it. Don't let the vids fool you. There's some baddies in AZ. I believe you, bro.
Do I gotta go there?
FYBJ Main responds to Aunt Glizzy.
Everybody, J-Main, why you sit down with Aunt Glizzy? Why you sit down with Aunt Glizzy? You know he dish duck. It different when he dish duck and you sit down with him and do an interview with this goofy J-Man. Why is you out here whooping with the goofies who dish and duck? It different. Let me break.
Why my son J Main eyes the same color as his sweater?
Let me break this shit down, bro. I is the Whoop man. As y'all know, I is selling $100 Whoops, bro. I do got $100 Whoops, bro. And at FYBJMainWhoops.com, we got the Whoop sweaters. I do got the Whoop Lettermans that I just came out with. That start up. Click the link in the description. Do I gotta go there? Hey! Let's break this shit down. Now look, FYBJ Main is a big name, right? Now look, put it like this. It come a time in life as a man when you gotta do some things sometimes that you don't necessarily want to do, but it gotta be done, bro.
Okay, all right. What we talking about?
It different when it
We do gotta go there.
Gotta get done, bro. Some things we can't overlook and act like we don't see that shit, bro. I've been seeing Aunt Glizzy over whooping and disrespecting my homie on the internet for the longest, bro. And when you not from Chicago and you dissing Chicago, cause he was all over the place, bro. It wasn't just like he was just dissing Duck. So I started to peep it on phone. I'm like, cause y'all know I was once at that point in my career where I was just dissing everybody. It hit different. But then y'all gotta peep this whole play. So I'm like, I ain't finna sit down with Aunt Glizzy. Well, put it like this. That's never in my mind that I'm gonna sit down with Aunt Glizzy. Why? Cause he dissing Duck. So you already know that's a no-no. Well, that's supposed to be a no-no.
It should have been a no-no. I don't know why it became a maybe so-so. It should have been a no-no from the jump.
Think. Let me get y'all to think, bro. Setting the example out here for these kids, bro, and pushing this peace and stopping this violence. And if I'm gonna do that, we gotta start with Aunt Glizzy. Why? He not from Chicago. He dissing Duck. Do this shit even make any sense? J-Man, you from Chicago. Why should you even address some goofy shit like that? He don't even go here. Cause, bro, just like Aunt Glizzy saying the shit that he be saying, y'all gotta compare Aunt Glizzy like, well, y'all be seeing them people in the comments who just be saying random stuff like F Doug, F Vaughn, like disrespecting people from Chicago who us out here from Chicago who we grew to love because these is our people, these people from our city. But we'll see the fans on there, other niggas from out of town dissing and saying X, Y, and B, bro. So,
nigga, why you going all around the boat, nigga? Go in on Aunt Glizzy.
But a lot of Chicago niggas mad, but because he dissing the rap. It hit different. But he making 40, 50K. So is he the goofy or is you the goofy? It hit different when you break this shit down. Cause what he telling J Mane, like, bro, I was, man, you know, we ain't even gotta talk about Duck, none of that shit, man. I apologize to Mama Duck and all that shit, man. Do your homework, J Mane. Tell us, do your homework on what I gotta do and what I don't gotta do. It hit different. Do y'all homework, like I be telling y'all, bro. Don't let this internet shit get y'all confused, bro. This internet shit F some of y'all kids up. That's why I said I don't agree with this character that Aunt Glizzy is running with, gang. Cause what he doing? He infesting these kids with that bullshit he be talking, bro. It hit different when you infesting kids with that and really in school, in these schools for real. That's going against this people. That's y'all problem.
Alright, man, I don't know what this nigga talk about, bro. This nigga FYBJ Mane is just chatting, bro. This nigga just chatting, bro. Shout out to FYBJ Mane, bro. But you chatting, bro. This nigga over here talking crazy about you, like, bruh. Like, shout out to my nigga FYBJ Mane, man. Rock with you and all that. Rock with you, FYBJ Mane, but come on, gang. Like, you just gonna sit here and talk about you sat with him for what? I don't know, bro. I rock with J Mane, though. I'll tell you that. Corey Holcomb. My son Flacco just dropped a video 1 minute ago. Corey Holcomb gets pressed at his own show and things go left. What's this?
Corey Holcomb was performing at the Laugh Factory last night, and he got confronted and pressed by the most unexpected person. The recent drama can be traced back to when Corey Holcomb said that Dave Chappelle was really bad at stand-up comedy.
Can't be quiet no more. My nigga Dave Chappelle be bombing like a mother. I'm just keeping it real, dog. I have watched, whenever they say, hey, everybody, guess what? Special guest, Dave Chappelle. I'll be like, damn. It's finna be hot garbage for at least
When has Dave Chappelle bombed?
an hour, maybe two. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not trying to shit on the brother, but he needs to understand you throwing your weight around too much, man. But stand up. God damn. This man has so much power because of what he's done in movies and TV that he can go in any comedy club. They're going to put him up because he's Dave Chappelle. And I promise you, this man is about to do a say no to comedy speech for as long as...
I rock with Corey Holcomb, but that's hate. That's absolutely hate. By all objective measurements, Dave Chappelle is a great stand-up comedian, and I don't even think that's really up for debate. But then again, I'm not a stand-up comedian, so if Corey Holcomb is saying that he's not as talented as I am, okay, we can probably have that discussion. Maybe Corey Holcomb believes he's more talented than Dave Chappelle and doesn't understand why Dave Chappelle is getting the opportunities that he's getting and he's not getting the same opportunities. Fair. But to say Dave Chappelle is not a funny stand-up comedian is just outright wrong and is blasphemous. But Corey Holcomb will continue with the same shtick when he was at the Laugh Factory last night. While Corey Holcomb was performing last
Shout out to my dog Donnell Rawlins. That's a funny nigga.
night at the Laugh Factory, Dave Chappelle's right-hand man, Donnell Rawlins, was in the crowd. So Corey Holcomb took the opportunity to go at Donnell Rawlins and Dave Chappelle by calling them mild sauce comedian, essentially calling them mid. And that sparked a heated confrontation between Corey Holcomb and Donnell Rawlins.
Mild sauce, my nigga, mild. M-I-L-D. You catch up. You ain't hot sauce. Nobody agree? So I'm wrong. Okay, I can be wrong. I'm talking about, but we at the what is this called? This is the Laugh Factory. We was at the Savoy, you wouldn't be able to be up here that long. The niggas be like, get your whole ass down, nigga.
I came up in the hardest rooms in Brooklyn.
While watching this, it felt like they were familiar with each other, and it was going to be one of those comedic gestures. But about 10 seconds in, I realized, oh, this is going to go left fairly quickly. Now, I thought Corey Holcomb was going to let off once he asked the crowd, yo, am I tripping? The crowd really didn't say nothing. Donnell yelled, yeah, you tripping. And Corey Holcomb said, okay, I'll be wrong. But then he continued and said that Donnell wouldn't be able to come on stage at the Laugh Factory and go for as long as he went. Now, Corey Holcomb,
which is crazy though, because Donnell Rawlins is really a stand-up. Donnell Rawlins is dope. Yeah. What's the word, my brother? How you living, gang? Yeah. We got my nigga J-Mo Supreme in the building.
to me, is definitely a funnier comedian than Donnell. So if he wants to call Donnell mild or mid, to me that's fair.
I disagree.
But he can't take that to Dave.
Corey Holcomb is cool. I don't think he's funnier than Donnell Rawlins. Donnell Rawlins is real funny.
Chappelle, right? At all. Now, Donnell gets really upset when Corey Holcomb tells him that. And I'm shocked because Donnell Rawlins sort of made his career on being a butt of the joke. Like, whenever he goes on a Breakfast Club, they kind of treat him like the locale.
And the way this book came about is because my dad passed away about a year ago, and I had a box of what nigga, you laughing? Hold the fuck up, nigga. What's going on, son?
I remember this. I watched all these Breakfast Club episodes with Donnell Rawlins. Donnell Rawlins is real life funny, bro. That's my guy. And they do be clowning him on the Breakfast Club, but it's okay because that's his family.
What's the biggest childhood trauma that bothers you? Yeah.
You want to know?
Yes, sir.
I don't even know if I can say this, and y'all gonna laugh at me.
I'm not gonna laugh at you.
I promise you we're not gonna laugh.
When I grew up, right, and I remember.
So Donnell is great with rolling with the punches. He's been rolling with the punches his whole career. People has literally called him Dave Chappelle lapdog to his face, and he sort of rolled with the punches. So for him to get that upset, like what Corey Holcomb said had to have stung him, or it had to have been beef already, and he's just been waiting to see Corey Holcomb to let it out. Because Donnell really turned up on Corey and began to yell back at Corey and let him know that he has done way more than Corey has done, and he has already earned his stripes already. And don't he
not lying though. Donnell Rawlins has earned his stripes, bro. Come on, man.
Corey Holcomb to try to invalidate him.
And you ain't never with them, bro. You just yelling. Because I don't have a mic. I can talk to you straight up. You want to talk about it? You saying I'm mild. You saying I ain't come through the streets or the gutters is straight bull. And if you want to ask somebody, ask the mother that you know what I do. Ask them. Okay, all right. Listen. This be fair. Fair conversation.
Ashley Larry, way to go.
No. Let's be.
Nah, Donnell Rawlins is a long way from Ashley Larry, bro. They not gonna do my son like that, bro. He a long way from Ashley Larry, bro. He got mad stand-ups that's funny as hell, bro.
Fair. Let's be fair and real. You say you keep it 100. Know how I get down.
How?
32. I rip.
You rip mics?
I rip. You ask any ever see me bomb.
Donnell was winning the argument at this particular point. It didn't look like Corey Holcomb had too much information on Donnell Rawlins, and he was just talking just based on the narrative that Donnell Rawlins is Dave Chappelle lapdog, so he just sort of grouped them both together and bombed on both of them. But I feel like where Donnell went wrong is where he says, yo, ask anybody who ever seen me bomb. It doesn't, no, like you're a comic. You have bombed before. So for you to try to put that narrative out there that you've never bombed is just an outright lie. And to me, it sort of take away from like you winning the argument, right? Because you already is bombing on Corey and hitting him with mad points. You don't have to add a lie in there, right? Because if there is footage that probably does exist of you bombing, because there's footage of every comic bombing, right? If you are a comedian.
Yeah, it's true. Damn near every comic has bombed.
You're going to bomb. You don't get laughs every show. So if footage drops now, now you look like a dummy and Corey becomes the winner, opposed to just leaving that out and continue to hit Corey Holcomb with the facts.
Anybody, and you ask anybody that don't know me, I keep it gangster.
I don't say you.
No, you trying to say I'm a bum. I ain't no bum.
No, I didn't say.
And that saw.
But he got mad as hell though, bro. My son got way too mad. Facts. Donnell Rawlins is real funny. He definitely is, but he too mad right now, bro. He way too mad right now.
It's mild. It's mild.
You know what? You know what you're doing now? You're a provocateur. You know how to incite people. Ain't nothing mild about my.
People look at you.
Ain't nothing.
If you was at the mall, they'll put you out with your hot dog in your hand.
And guess what? You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say.
Yo,
you calling me.
My nigga Donnell Rawlins should have made him laugh, bro. Yeah, he in his emotions, bro. He in his emotions. Donnell Rawlins should have like ended this with comedy. He should have got laughs out of this. Instead of being like the nigga who looked at like you You blacked on him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Me a mild comic is totally off.
So you a strong comic.
I'm a beast. I'm a beast. I'm a beast.
And look, the crowd clapping for him though. The crowd clapping for him, so he is.
This is one of those instances where coming off.
That's why I'm saying he should have just been funny, bro. Because now Corey like he killing him.
As emotional actually works. Usually, whenever there's an argument going back and forth, the person who is absolutely quiet and silent, or who is calm and composed, usually they come across as the winner off the very strength they're calm and composed, and you're yelling and screaming. But it looks like being emotional and yelling and screaming actually works in the favor of Donnell Rawlings because the fans was clapping up for him. Right, and he come across as genuine. Right, Corey came across as as hating, which is cool. Listen, he was so passionate.
First off, in comedy, comedians nowadays, they're trying to sell controversy over comedy. I wasn't there to watch Corey. I had performed myself, and I was about to leave, and they announced that Corey's about to perform. And I know that he had said some ill things about Dave Chappelle. I know he said some ill things about some of the openers of Dave Chappelle. So I just sat there, wanted just to see what his take on what he felt about comedy or whatever. I sat there and I just waited. And then when he made the comment about that anybody that's done 3 movies in comedy has performed fellatio, I said, wait a minute, I've done 3 movies, right? And I've never been accused of that. And then I also fact-checked his IMDb, and Corey himself has done 4 movies. So I think he might be guilty of his own joke. It's unfortunate it came to this. Should I have yelled out at him? No. But, I've been rocking with my guy Dave Chappelle for years. I'm a loyal guy to my friends, my fans, and my family. And it was just, for me, it was a buildup. It was a buildup off of a lot of things that's troubling comedy.
When he says I'm loyal to Dave Chappelle and it was a buildup to a lot of things, and then he says, no, a lot of things in comedy, no, that's a lie. Just toss out the word.
And by the end of it, you're laughing hysterically. I did not want to scream out at him, but I felt like protecting the integrity of myself and my friends. I thought I had to say something. And I thought I had to say something for people out here that have done over 3 movies.
I don't think.
Hey, man. Shout out to my dog, Donnell Rawlings, man. That's my guy. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Corey was definitely hating, that's for sure. God thinks this is a corner in Chirac. It's a comedy show. You crazy. Spasm and mad ain't helping people right here. Facts, it definitely ain't helping. Alright, what else we got on the homepage, bro? What else we got on the homepage? Gang, gang, gang. Shout out to my bro Stacy. Crip Mac presses Brick Baby for being soft.
Alright, so for this
Shout out to Point and Shoot.
video, I'm going to be going over this new beef between Crip Mac and Brick Baby.
Oh yeah, Crip Mac, because Crip Mac is making his comments on Brick Baby now.
This has been the top headline for like a couple days now, and so I just wanted to show you guys. I guess Crip Mac pressed Brick Baby from jail by releasing this statement.
Pause. This picture is pause.
Brick Baby, huh? I said, what's going on with Cub? Well, Cub let DW Flame call the cigarette the neighborhood dishwasher. No, you get it, Brick Baby.
And then shortly after that dropped, we saw Brick Baby respond with this.
No, your big buster ass is not talking, you soft ass. On the dead homies, and played like he was from Hoover, came up in the shop on you, you was spooked, bro. On the dead homies. You was the biggest around here in the county, whatever. Nigga, we be letting you play like you tough, bro. That's an act, bro. You retarded.
And so I was extremely confused. I was like, what is suddenly going on between these two? Why are they suddenly enemies? So I went back and did a little investigative work and was able to find the full story, and I want to break that down for you guys here today on this video. And we're going to start with the first clip. So apparently Crip Mac's problem with Brick Baby is that Brick Baby apparently allowed DW Flame to disrespect the neighborhood Crips by asking for a free cigarette, in a way that was like derogatory toward the neighborhood Crips. He asked for a nap instead of a cigarette.
Let DW Flame call the cigarette the neighborhood dishwasher. No, the fuck you get it, Brick Baby.
Remember what you sent me earlier, gang? Yeah, bro, I reacted to that earlier, bro. The Desi Banks joint.
And I guess this is like really disrespectful to do. So I want to play you this first clip of DW Flame asking for a nap.
With the spider low shit. Let me get a nap. Oh, excuse me. No, I put it in the notes. It's under the it's right. It's under the first two. You know.
Okay, so while we doing
I
that,
know.
how long this is gonna take? Just a second, because
No,
I got
we
a
done.
question.
Go ahead.
So,
So DW Flame leans in. He says, "Let me get a nap." Oh, excuse me. And we're supposed to believe that that wasn't completely set up. Why would you say that? First of all, you're looking straight at Brick Baby and you're gonna say, "Let me get a nap."
Because that's how he talk on purpose. That's how he literally talk. That's how he would be talking if he was talking to one of his homies. So sometimes you got to curve the words that you saying.
Oh, excuse me. So he was so compulsive to say it that it slipped out right in front of Brick Baby to Brick Baby's face, but he was also at the same time so conscious of what he was saying that he immediately, within a nanosecond, corrects himself. Hey, let me get a nap. Oh, excuse me.
Let me get a nap. Oh, excuse me.
It seems like if you were that not conscious of what you were saying, you wouldn't immediately correct yourself. And if it was a slip of the
because he said it accidentally, but then he was conscious that I called it a diss word to a neighborhood nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm saying, bro? I feel like the sheriff is wrong this time. I rock with the sheriff, but I disagree with him this time.
tongue, usually a slip of the tongue isn't like the first thing that you say. Usually a slip of the tongue is like when you're rambling on.
This no jumper sweater kind of fire. I was gonna buy this joint while I was out there too. I might still get it from the online store.
And then you let something slip. He just like randomly, that was like the first thing he said, let me get a nap. So I'm just not buying it. I think this was just a way to make fun of Brick Baby. I think DW Flame's just an idiot and was just trying to jab Brick Baby to see what he would do. And this is why I guess Crip Mac and other people are mad at Brick Baby, because he didn't take more of a stance against the derogatory remark. He didn't say anything like, I know you did not just do that, cuh. I know you did not just say that to me, cuh. I should whoop your ass, cuh, the dead homies.
This nigga imitate this nigga real good. I don't feel he meant disrespect. Facts. I agree. I don't think he meant disrespect. And as soon as he realized what he said, he corrected it. You know what I mean? Which means he wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Brick Baby, in my opinion, I'm surprised Brick Baby just kept on handing him the cigarette instead of looking at him and being like, what? Pass you the what? Just to make him correct himself. But you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I know that Brick Baby knew that wasn't no disrespect either. Brick Baby knew, like, this the homie, bro. I rock with son. It's really the homie, like. So he know he ain't trying to be disrespectful, but you feel me? So it is what it is.
6L, we gonna have a conversation off camera, but for now we gonna let it slide. But I will raise about this chair and slap your bitch ass, cuh. On 6L. Or something along those lines, but he didn't do that, and so that's what Crip Mac is complaining about. And I do want to mention that this is all over DW Flame requesting a cigarette, which is disgusting, but I want to point out that these are unfiltered Camel cigarettes from a soft pack. This is absolutely disgusting.
I was about to say that too, like, bro, what type of cigarette is this?
Brick Baby smokes like your grandpa would. Unfiltered Camels. He needs that cig to hurt his lung. He needs the harshest, thickest, most robust tobacco smoke for his lungs. Look at Brick Baby smoking. Look at all that smoke he's blowing. He looks like Bob Marley, okay? But that's a cigarette. An unfiltered, purposefully unfiltered cigarette. Okay, could you imagine smoking one of those? And so DW Flame's really asking for one of these. Am I getting that right? So DW Flame's asking for a cigarette. He wants one so bad that he's going to bum a cigarette on camera. But then when he gets handed the cigarette, he doesn't light it up and enjoy his cigarette. He runs off camera. He runs off stage with it. And he's never seen smoking it. So why did he ask for that cigarette? Is it
Maybe he gave it to somebody else?
because he just wanted to say nap? That's very interesting. And so as the story goes, Brick Baby hands over the nap without any problems. And he goes, on the dead hobies, you could have a nap, cuh. There's no questions asked. You could get a nap whenever you want it, cuh, on 6-0. And so when he heard Crip Mac was complaining about his lack of backbone, I guess you could call it, Brick Baby responds to Crip Mac and says, how dare you criticize my gangsterism when you're not even a real Crip, you're retarded. And I just thought this was super an overreaction on Brick Baby's part because Crip Mac wasn't even saying anything wrong. He was absolutely right, and he wasn't even like really dissing Brick
And he took 2 from him.
Baby. He was just telling him to, tighten things up with the letting people disrespect you in public on camera, which is completely understandable. So for Brick Baby to turn around and be like, I own 6-0, I'd never want to see Cuz face again, Cuz a buster. I own 6-0. I mean, I just think that's just a little extreme to just like sever ties and end the whole friendship based on some stupid little cigarette thing. It's not like DW Flame was dissing the dead homies or something. It's not like even a big deal. It's like pretty stupid actually. And so Brick Baby during his response video starts like exposing all these lies that he knew Crip Mac was telling. Lies about how he would fight people in jail and stuff. And so Crip Mac would tell these jail stories about how he was fighting everyone, and then he would have Brick Baby there to corroborate it. Oh, the dead homies, I was in there. Cuh was running fades. Cuh, the dead homies, Cuh on 6-0. We heard him say this stuff. So now he's like taking it all back, and he's saying, I was letting them lie. Cuh, I let Cuh lie. You let Cuh lie? So you're fake then. So Brick Baby, in trying to expose Crip Mac for lying, exposed himself for being complicit in those lies. You can't go along with lies and say, oh, the dead homies, Cuh.
Bro, this nigga is funny. Oh, I never liked this dude's commentary. Always so condescending. Nah, he definitely condescending. That's a fact. The nigga is, 88. I feel what you saying. He definitely condescending, but his voiceovers be funny. Like, the way he be trying to make their voices be funny as hell to me. But, all right, let's get into this, the family video, bro. PA Judge pops her husband in the head while he was sleeping twice in 3 years. That sounds crazy. Shout out to the family, bros. Let's go.
Nobody wins when the family.
Oh, this video been taken down. Oh, he removed that video. I wonder why. No worries. We got another video. Spit it out. Police yanks out 3 bags of blah hidden inside man's mouth.
What you got in your mouth? Spit it out. What you gonna try to do? Swallow all 3 bags of weed?
Took a bag of your mouth.
Oh, it's over some trees? Oh, that's why I didn't know trees, nigga.
Right here that he
tossed out the window as we were trying to stop him. His bag of meth was just laying there and we happened just to stumble across it.
I don't know what the hell you think I think.
Oh, this is a cops episode. Shit. Can you watch this?
Go up here and stop this little SUV that's blazer. It didn't seem to have a tag on the back of it. So.
Yep, no tag. You know you're getting stopped.
Pull it over for a registration violation. How you doing? Got your driver's license with you?
Imagine getting pulled over and it's a cameraman next to the cop.
You don't have one, do you? Huh? Got your ID with you? What are you doing driving?
Driving home.
Riding you? Because your license ain't no good? Stay right there. Stay right there. Why you want to get out of this car so bad for, man? Step out.
Step out.
What you got in your mouth? Spit it out.
Yo, he yanked his neck back so fast, bro. Look at this.
So bad for, man? Step out.
Nigga yanked his neck back so fast, bro.
What you got in your mouth? Spit it.
What you got in your mouth?
Spit it out.
Hell on, man. I don't know about some weed off some wheels, I promise you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Put your hands on the dash right now. Put your hands on the dash.
Put your hands on the dash. Yo, he went all in his mouth. Pause.
Spit it out, everything now. Spit it out. Spit it out.
I promise, look, I promise I ain't got nothing else, bro. I promise.
Open your mouth.
I promise, bro.
He ready to choke the nigga. Pause.
This door ain't gonna open. I promise this door ain't gonna open. I crawl out anything.
Come on, get out. Get out.
It ain't gonna open.
Get out.
I'm getting on.
Put your hands back on the dash right now.
I'm getting out. So
I know you
ain't
are.
gonna run in there. I promise. I'm right here. Calm mama hours, bro.
No.
You hear me? You hear me always well. Calm mama.
Open your mouth up.
I probably ain't got in there.
Don't hack on
I'm trying
me.
to make sure you know, man. So you don't think I'm doing nothing. You hear me, though?
Damn, what year was this? This nigga's drip is horrible. This nigga drip is like in 06.
2944802, bro.
What are you gonna try to swallow it for, man?
Man,
Choke and get killed on that.
Because ain't nothing but a blunt, bro. And I know I'm gonna go to jail for some petty stuff, so I was just gonna swallow it, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm tell the truth, bro.
You set him in your car. I'm gonna pull this guy out.
I'm gonna pull this guy out. You know this nigga scared. Nigga said, I promise I ain't gonna do nothing else.
Step out, man.
Yo, what type of hairstyle is this? Nigga got braids in the front, a ugly ass puffball in the back.
Now, you know you're on the trespass list and not supposed to be in the courts, right? Is there more marijuana in your car?
You know I ain't crazy out there. You know,
Do what?
I said, you know I'm smart. You know I ain't crazy.
Yeah, but it's in your truck.
I said, it was in his possession, though.
Sit down.
Damn. And he said it was in his possession, though. That's snitching a little bit.
Down up there.
That gotta be at least half a snitch. Am I right? It's half a snitch?
Do what?
I said, you know I'm smart. You know I ain't crazy.
Yeah, but it's in your truck.
I said, it was in his possession, though.
Sit down up there.
I at least count as half a snitch. At least half a snitch.
He tried to swallow about 3 bags of marijuana on him. Did you know that he had the marijuana on him?
You know I smoke marijuana. You know that it rolled up.
So you had no idea?
Ask him. He'll tell you. Ask him.
Huh?
Ask him. He'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually mad at him because he didn't tell me.
He looked right at you?
I know that because he know he guilty. He know he should have told me that. You know what I'm saying? He know he should have told me. But that's his fault, though. He's the one. Shit. I learned my mistakes. I'm good.
Nah, this full-fledged snitching at this point. That ain't no half a snitch. Now that's full-fledged, bro. At this point, bro, this full-fledged. This ain't even dry snitching, bro. This wet snitching. Pause.
Hey, what's your name, partner?
Rob.
What's wrong with your driver's license? Just they never had one?
I ain't got none.
Did Richard know you had that marijuana on you?
No.
Huh? How's he gonna ride? How you gonna drive his car and have marijuana and he don't know it?
I ain't telling.
Where'd you get it?
I don't even remember. I was gonna smoke it though. That's all.
He said, I ain't no snitch. Just because Richard is snitch, nigga, don't think you about to come get me to snitch, nigga. I ain't telling you where I got this.
All I know.
Was y'all both gonna smoke it?
No, me.
Just you ain't gonna, wasn't even gonna share with him?
Mm-mm.
What kind of friend's that?
What kind of friend I'm in?
That's the kind of friend I'm is. Nigga said, what kind of friend is that? Nah, nigga, don't try to get me to snitch, nigga. Don't play with me.
That's all I know.
Was y'all both gonna smoke it?
No, me.
Just you ain't gonna, wasn't even gonna share with him?
Mm-mm.
What kind of friend's that?
What kind of friend I'm in?
The kind of friend I'm in. My son can barely talk.
You ever had any drug charges?
It's my first time going to jail.
This will be your first time?
Mm-hmm.
You made it a good one, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
What you gonna try to do? Swallow all 3 bags of weed?
I don't need no man. Just come here, come take me to jail or do whatever y'all gonna do.
What are you gonna do if you choke on that? All right now it's marijuana for resale, and I guess driving on suspended or revoked, whatever you are.
How marijuana for resale? How for resale? Where do you get resale out of that, bro? The nigga had 3 little bags on him he was about to smoke. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's the type of friend I'm in. My boy tweaking. Look.
What kind of friend's that?
What kind of friend I'm in?
Gangster though. Nigga, the Grand Theft Auto music should turn on that. The Grand Theft Auto music should come on. That was gangster right there.
What kind of friend's that?
Y'all gotta give me a soundboard. I'm gonna give me a soundboard, bro. That's the next step up in streaming. I'm gonna give you a little soundboard. What's that? That music that be coming on? You know that.
It's kind of free and all, man.
It's like the little West Coast music that come on when nigga do something gangster.
You ever had any drug charges?
It's my first time going to jail.
This will be your first time?
Mm-hmm.
You made it a good one, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
What you going to try to do? Swallow all 3 bags of weed?
I don't even know, man. Just come here, come take me to jail or do whatever y'all gonna do.
What are you going to do if you choke on that? All right now it's marijuana for resale, and I guess driving on suspended or revoked, whatever you are. I'm saying that you got 3 bags of weed.
That's not resale, nigga. Niggas smoke 3 bags of weed.
That's a little bit more than personal use. All right?
That's crazy, bro. That's just bullshit charges right there, bro. Mission complete. Exactly, bro. You know the vibes. Mission complete. That's exactly what it is, bro. Right. Let me see if we can find it. A Grand Theft Auto Mission Complete song. Let's see. Real quick. This right here. Exactly this right here, bro. We gotta find it. Bro, let's get my son to the point where he said that shit.
On for resale.
My first time.
What kind of friend's that?
It's kind of free and all, man.
Bro, what my nigga said? What did my nigga say? Hold up. Let's get this joint back the way it need to be, bro. What my nigga said?
Here with him. What kind of friend's that?
It's kind of free and all, man.
Bro, nigga gangster, bro. That's a gangster. That's a gangster, brother. That nigga's a gangster.
Turn around and face towards me. Well then, if it doesn't have a key, what were you driving it with?
A screwdriver?
Looks like we got crystal meth.
I ain't the one, man.
I ain't the one, man. Let's see. Let me get my song ready, just in case we might need it for him too.
It's a Chevy Blazer.
From his ID, but it looks like it's probably gonna be a stole. Yeah, go ahead and look at the ignition.
My son got a stolo. Even if I stole this car, I'm still gonna bring my aux cord because I gotta listen to my own music.
Probably what he was using for his key.
I gotta do like, yo, what she did, what Queen Latifah did? Queen Latifah set it off, get her music. Queen. Remember when Queen Latifah had to get her music right? Nah, set it off. What was the scene? Which one was it? Not when she went down, when she was getting her music. What's it called? Let me see. Damn, not the death scene. We don't want to see her die. Queen Latifah set it off. Let's see. Music, car. I don't know what the fuck to Google to get that. Yeah! Where my blood at?
Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah!
Now that's what I ride to.
God damn it.
Got the pliers.
That's what he was said. That's exactly what he did. When he stole this whip, bro, threw the bullshit music in, hooked up his aux, and nigga said, we about to ride out to some dope shit, nigga. We about to throw on some Young Thugger in this bitch, nigga. We run up the business, we run up the money, yeah.
And everything. Hi, sir. What's your first name?
Robert.
Okay, first off,
Robert, hold on. He might already get the respect just for this. Look how he looked at the police. He might get the respect song just for this. Look how he looked at him.
Hi, sir. What's your first name?
Robert.
Okay, first.
Just off how he looked at him, he might get the respect. Definitely gangster nigga said to drop off my friend's car. Bruh, did y'all see the car? Have fun, man. Have fun, man. You ain't gonna find me doing shit.
That ain't my. We'll figure it out. We'll let you know. Thanks.
Damn. Why do you do my boy bad like that, bro? Why they even try to disrespect my son like that? That's not his meth. 7 times people were busted on drugs. Domestic violence suspect gets woke up to an arrest. Oh, shit. What time is it? Come for you, bad boys, bad boys. She clarified that. He's not my husband. He's my boyfriend. I don't know what you think. I'm not the one. That's a fact. Gangster. He definitely passed with the mission respect. Is this like snitching of a minor? She definitely don't get the mission pass respect. Matter of fact, she a kid. She get the mission pass respect. She doing what she supposed to do as a kid, bro. Man, I'm getting y'all. I'm gonna do something I never did, bro. I'm gonna play the mission pass respect for the kid for snitching. She did it, bro. She get it for snitching, bro. Fuck it, man. You know what? Tell on that nigga. Look it up. Tell on that nigga, man. Fuck it. Tell on that nigga. He gonna be a cold nigga in the bookings. That's a fact, bro. You right. He gonna be cold as hell. I was sleeping. FaceTime. This you, Dave? Dave, this you, gang? What the fuck is this? Yeah. Yo, what you said, bro? The stream got suspended? Oh, it must have. I ain't even know it. See, I ain't even know it. Ah, yeah, it did. I ain't even know it, bro. I ain't even know it. It might. I mean, I gotta get off this video. It must be copyrighted.
Yeah, that's probably that cop song.
Yeah. It probably is. Yeah. Let me see.
I'm gonna holler at you though, gangy.
Let me see if it's still. Nah, it's still up. Oh wait, nah, it says stream suspended. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's still up. I'm about to get off this shit. Fucking then. It's suspended. Fucking then. Let me see. I'm gonna see if it let me come back up though. Once it ain't on the. Cause it still say live. You feel me?
Alright, for sure.
Alright, give me.
Watch. I'm gonna show you right now.
Let me see. I'm gonna go to something else. Let me see.
Extreme unavailable, like that ass. Look, but it still say live. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, I think once it should. Sometimes when you stop playing the shit that they don't want you to play, it'll come back. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Fuck it though. I might just get off this shit though. Fuck it though. Alright, buddy. I might end the stream then. Alright, buddy. Holla at me, buddy. Alright, well.